Now you can hear me. Maybe? Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me now? Is there sound now? Let's see if there's sound now. Let's see if there's sound. How are we doing? Hopefully that should have fixed the problem. Let me know if we got sound now. Yes, we can hear. Okay, good. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, it helps to turn the mic on. Yeah, we've been out of town. We were in Florida, and so we've kind of just been lots of stuff, lots of moving parts that are actually going on. And hello, everybody. What's going on? Hello, Cammie, Charlotte, Sylvia, Leanne, Donna, Adriana, all you fine folks. Anna, good day from Australia. Good day from Australia. How are you? That was horrible, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, and we're doing all kinds of really, really cool stuff. And man, it is just Stacy, hello. Yeah, we're going to be doing lots of fun stuff, and you know, a whole bunch of things that there's tons of stuff going on. Plus, on top of that, we've got tons of stuff going on externally as well. Many of you know Maxine from Liverpool. What is going on? Yes, nice from Liverpool. Many of you know my youngest. She is actually putting together a website that is going to be selling. She's going to be selling slime, but it's going to be slime that's going to have like different types of scents and stuff. So, you know, if you wanted, you know, to calm, you need to help sleeping, you know, you could actually take it and you can, you know, play with it, and the scent will actually help you rest and get relaxation, stuff to energize. So she's got like this whole thing. And on top of that, she's also going to be doing subscription boxes as well. Subscription boxes for candy from all over the world. So you can order like a box of candy from Russia, a box of candy from Korea or China. And it's going to be very, very cool. Yes, so it's going to be fun. Trisha says, hi, Jaden. And so it's going to be cool. We got a little subscription box thing that we're going to be doing. And you don't necessarily have to do a subscription, but if you want to like a box of candy from Korea or a box of candy from Australia or, you know, London or whatever, we're going to actually create boxes and stuff. And we've been working on the logo. We've been working on the website. It's for her and her friend. We're still building it. The website is not together yet. It's just one of those things that she's just kind of putting together. Just really cool stuff. But it will be at 2georgiagirls.com, all spelled out, TWO georgiagirls.com, 2georgiagirls.com. So yes, it's going to be fun, and we will make sure. Cammie says hello. And of course, I started the lava lamp behind her, as you can see back over there. Got the lava lamp going, and hopefully, as time goes on, it's actually a real lava lamp. It's not one of the fake ones. It's one of the ones that actually has to heat up for like a half hour, an hour before it starts to kind of do its thing. So we started that about 15, 20 minutes ago. So it's going to be cool where that's concerned. So anyways, yeah, man, we've been doing lots of cool stuff. As I mentioned, we have been in Florida just kind of relaxing. You saw some beach stuff here and there. We just had to just take a little bit of, hey, what's going on, Ralph? Angela, what's going on? Angela says, great ideas. You're a little entrepreneur already. Look at you. Yeah, she's been reading Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged, and she is ready to go. So anyways, yeah, so we're going to be having a lot of fun. We went to the beach, got a little bit of color. You know, it's okay. A little okay. We didn't do like everything that we wanted to do, but it was fun. The weather was incredibly hot. We were actually at Madeira Beach, which is the t-shirt that she's wearing right now is Madeira Beach. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. We did. We went parasailing, so that was fun. Yeah, so parasailing is a lot of fun too. So it's going to be pretty awesome. So anyways, Andre says he needs a hat. He needs a hat. And, you know, matter of fact, I actually did. I went to, when I was in Florida, I actually got this shirt in Florida. I had never seen this shirt. Apparently it is an estate shirt. And on the back, it's got 7. But yeah, this is I guess it's a shirt that was sold by the estate at one point in time. I haven't seen it on the storefront. If it did pop up, it must have came and went, and you know, maybe it's back up. So I actually purchased that, and I also got this awesome hat. Awesome hat. That's got very cool. Yes. So, and there was some people that had asked some questions about where's the Bootsy interview? Was the Bootsy interview that's supposed to happen tonight? And I guess some people were paying attention, some people were not. But what actually ended up happening is that we actually I did the interview while I was in Florida. And it was Tuesday night, or Tuesday in the middle of the day. And it was very, thank you, Donna. Thank you. Yes. Lenny says I went Bootzilla hunting. And I was, it was Tuesday during the day, and the Wi-Fi was real sketchy there. So I made sure that I did it at noon, because in the evening, everybody's watching, you know, movies and Netflix, and it's just incredible, just tearing that Wi-Fi completely apart. So anyways, we made sure that we got the interview done at noon. What ended up happening is that the interview was only it was right under 40 minutes. So it was 38 minutes long. Thank you, Lenny. Lenny says, great interview. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. The interview was only about 40 minutes long. So we wanted to, obviously to air it tonight, there was a lot of visual components to it. And so I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to translate into, I wasn't sure exactly how it was all going to translate as far as this medium was concerned. This would have been okay. But audio wise, which is what we normally push Funkatopia Live, that may or may not have worked. So we weren't exactly sure how we were going to plan that out. So it was a little bit tricky. So what I decided to do, as I think it was Friday, I went ahead and just released. Andre, thank you so much, brother. Thank you, Adriana. I appreciate all the kind comments about the interview. It was a lot of fun. It was really, really cool. Yeah, thank you, Adriana. I'm sure that Patty would love the fact that you guys appreciated seeing her. I love the fact that I interviewed CeeLo Green and was able to get his wife on. And so to actually have that dynamic and have CeeLo and his wife on, and then a week later be able to have Bootsy and his wife on as well. Did I say, yeah, I was talking, Andre, I wasn't talking to you at that point. I was talking to Lenny B. I was talking to the man. That's who I was talking to at that point. I was talking to you too. Andre, thank you. Appreciate it. Lenny, thank you. Appreciate it. Both of you said great interview. So I was kind of talking to both of you. But yeah, so it was kind of really cool to actually have that dynamic of Bootsy on and Pepper and Patty as well. It was very, very cool. So I really appreciate that. That was awesome. And so it's just cool. It's cool to be able to have that dynamic. But anyway, so the interview was under 40 minutes long. We kind of got to everything that we wanted to discuss. And I mean, we could have stayed a little bit longer, but he had a real tight schedule, and I was honored to have him on for as long as that was anyway. So I was perfectly okay with that. There was no problem with that whatsoever. I released the interview on Facebook and also YouTube and I think I'm going to be posting it on Instagram as well. So there's a process that I want to kind of go through to kind of sift it out. We started out on Facebook, and then we're going to push it out. We pushed it out to YouTube. We pushed it out to a second YouTube channel. Then we're going to be pushing out to Instagram. So I'm kind of doing this in waves to kind of make sure that it gets as much traction as possible. Because one of the projects that they are doing is a project for Musicares. For those of you who don't know who Musicares or what Musicares is about, Musicares is essentially a website that collects money and donations, and 100% of the donations goes to support artists and people that have mental and physical health issues, also, you know, need to actually just pay bills and just be able to stay afloat, because these bands and these musicians and all these artists that are out there that were touring before COVID-19 hit, they just they have no means whatsoever to make any money. And so we decided, let's see what we can do to help. And so that's the reason why we had Bootsy on. We talked about the Musicares project. And for those of you who were paying attention, we actually had, I actually took a prize package, did a prize package of personal items from my personal collection. I didn't go to the store and just buy this stuff. This is actually stuff that I pulled out of my personal collection to make a prize package for you. That includes Bootsy star glasses. Now, I said it would be the ones that I had actually worn, and I'm having trouble finding the ones that I had, but I do have this second pair here of these Bootsy star glasses that are pretty friggin' awesome. These, however, are not the ones that I wore during the interview. These are red. These are red. These are awesome. And I think I might have to, I might change these out and make them so that you guys get the red ones as opposed to the black ones. Do you want to try these on, Jaden, and show them exactly how cool these things look? Jaden's going to model the red Bootsy glasses so that you guys can all take advantage of look at that. Look at that. That is, I mean, she's already funky. She's funky right out of the gate. That's it. She just got it. That's it. She's already funky. So anyways, so you can actually, if you join, you know, if you wanted to kind of bypass things, you could actually get these at clubfunketeers.com. That's clubfunketeers.com. If you actually watch the interview, you can actually see the URL scrolling across the bottom. It's clubfunketeers.com. They'll send you a pair of these, as well as they'll also send you, here's that other stuff. All that, give me that all that stack of stuff that's sitting on top of the albums over there, with that, starting with that book and that bracelet and all that stuff. So you actually get a pair of these. You actually get a Club Funketeers bracelet, and on top of that, you know, again, if you watched the interview, you also saw that you also get this very, very hip, very, very cool Bootsy Collins magnet. That is, I've got it over here on my filing cabinet because that was a metal thing. I can keep it close and keep that funky stuff. Cool. So anyways, yes. So this is a pair of the Bootsy star glasses. Yes. Let me go on. Let me give me just a second. Let me put these back in, because that was the first time they have been pulled out of the package. They are custom made shine glasses, and that is part of the prize package. That is part of the prize package that is there. So if you guys, so basically what it was is that on the basically on what you'll have is that you will actually have a pair of Stein glasses, and there's that. And on top of that, there's other things as well. There's other things as well. I don't know. Okay. there's somebody that's on the StreamYard thing. I'm not sure who they are. Stegs, who are you? I'm not sure. What's going on, guy? Also part of this prize package is also this original. I don't know who that person was that just came into the meeting. I don't know. You didn't see him, but his screen came up, and he was, anyways, whenever somebody joins, it pops up and it tells me, it shows me who's here. And there was somebody that was here. Oh God, we're going to be all kinds of, now we've got somebody named Butts coming in. This is going to be one of those nights. So then you got, I've also part of the prize package is this original Morris Day tour program. It's cool. It is, it's going to take you back. It's going to take you back. This is also a prize. This is also part of the prize package, original Morris Day tour program. That's right here. Morris Day time program. That is going, I said time. Morris Day, this is his solo tour program. That's also in there. As you can see, I also have I can't even point in the right direction. We also still have the Bootsy Collins Musicares, the Bootsy Collins Foundation logo still up in the corner. All right, so I also have, if you join that Club Funketeers, you also get, not only do you get that, but you also get this clubfunketeers.com bracelet. Very, very cool waterproof bracelet. That's, if you join that Club Funketeers, you get this and you get that. But I am also, I'm including this in the prize package, the glasses, this, and also the magnet too. So you're going to get all that stuff. You can join Club Funketeers and you can get that yourself, but I'm including that in the prize package, along with that Morris Day tour thing that you got, that you'll get. Plus on top of that, you'll also get, what else did I have in there? Let's see what, so I also got this collector magazine, the Prince Collector's Mag. This is the brand new one that came out, that a lot of people said was a little bit different than the one they had originally. This is a collector's edition magazine. That's also in there. I'm going to include that in the prize package. And let me tell you this though, with the prize package, basically how it works is if you donate to Musicares, every donation that you do of $5 gets you an entry. So if you do a donation of $20, you get 4 entries to win this prize package. Also in this prize package is a Funkatopia hat, a Funkatopia sticker. I think we're doing a Funkatopia shirt as well. What else do we have? Also, give me that book, those 2 books. Also part of the prize package. Also part of the prize package. Also part of the prize package. This book, very, very big book. By Ronan Rowe, Prince Inside the Music and the Mask. Very, very cool book. Brand new book. Never been opened. Although I say that, but there appears to be some type of tab in there, but maybe I referenced something in there. Anyways, that book there, still in the wrapper. Still in the wrapper. Look at that. Still shrink wrapped. Prince Life and Times, which is another amazing hardback book. That's going to be in there as well. So all of that stuff is actually part of the prize package. Oh, put all that stuff up. And also give me that album, that first album right there. Let's Go Crazy. No, not that one. That one up there. On that rack. Yeah. So also part of that, I am actually going to be pulling old albums from my personal collection as well, from this right here, Let's Go Crazy 12-inch. This is an original. It's not, you're not going to be able to resell this. It's just an original thing. So anyways, it's just an original thing. It's the 12-inch of Let's Go Crazy plus the 12-inch of Erotic City, and it is an original album, and it's the cover's in horrible shape, and but it's an original. It's an original album, and I just pulled it. It's from Mr. Christopher's personal collection. That's all there. So yeah. So how can you donate? It's the address, and I'll pull it. I'm gonna put it up here real quick so I can actually. I'm gonna let me hold on a second, babe. Let me copy this, and I'm gonna put this up for everybody so they can actually see. I'm putting the. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Facebook always wants to put in this huge retarded. Excuse my language, ridiculous URL. So let me fix this URL real quick. A lot of people don't know but all right. So I just put the URL into, the thing, but thank you very much. There it is right there. You can actually click on that. Just all you got to do is let me know via email. Just send me a screen capture of your receipt that you did it, how much you did it. For every $5 that you donate, you get an entry. I mean, let me go ahead and do some shout outs right now too. First off, a big shout out to Henrietta Littleton. Henrietta, thank you so much. She got 4 entries into the prize package. Oh, and let me tell you too, also, there's also a second and a third place as well. The second place is a Funkatopia hat and a Funkatopia shirt and a Funkatopia sticker And then there's the third place, and I can't remember every. Let me make sure I got this. The second place is oh my gosh, I totally forgot. There is also a bunch of artwork as well. A bunch of artwork from Mary A. Johnson. You know those amazing pieces of artwork that I've been showcasing to you for years now. Go ahead and pull that one off of the wall underneath Sheila. I'll show that one there. And basically, it's not one, not two, not three, but four prints. 4 prints, Prints, 4 prints of Mary A. Johnson's, thanks, babe. Mary A. Johnson's artwork, 4 of them. That's also part of that grand prize. That's fine. It's okay. Prize package. This is a sample of some of her stuff right here. This is an older one, and she's actually, but there's actually pictures of some of the newer ones that she's done that are amazing, some incredible ones. But this is just kind of sample some of her work. There'll be 4 of those in this prize package as well. 4 of them. Also, for the second place, you'll get 3 of those artworks, pieces of artwork for Mary A. Johnson, plus a Funkatopia hat and sticker. And then there's a third place where you get a Funkatopia hat and sticker. And then everybody that donates, just don't worry about it, just leave it. Everybody that donates obviously gets the solace and the peace of mind to know that you have donated to help musicians and artists from all over the world just get back on their feet. I mean, Bootsy and a bunch of artists got together and they created this song called Stars. And you can actually go to that URL and you can, if you purchase that song, the proceeds for that song actually go towards this particular, this whole project. And it's, again, the whole music community, all these artists and all these musicians are just really impacted by COVID-19. And again, especially those who tour, and it helps them to pay rent. It helps them with medical expenses. It helps for their health and just all the financial needs that they have. And 100% of their donations go to Musicares, 100% of it. So definitely make sure. Oh my gosh. Do you want to know what? Let me go ahead and just tell you what special thing is happening right now. The one, the only Peppermint Patty is on the line with us. What's going on, Patty?
Hi, Mr. Christopher. I'm so excited to be here with you. Hey.
Look, and she's wearing some of those fancy glasses. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Just for you tonight, Mr. Christopher.
We were just showing off those fancy glasses, those shine glasses. So yes, it was. We were just showing them off, and we're talking about the prize package that has got like all that we put together. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but I took a bunch of stuff from my personal collection, a bunch of Prince albums and books. And of course, we're giving away a pair of these glasses, and we're doing for everybody that donates, for every $5 donation that they give, they get an entry to win this prize package. We also got some artwork, a bunch of artwork that was donated as well. That's going to be doing as part of the prize package. So lots and lots of things. So this is pretty amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Peppermint Patty, the lovely.
And everybody, Funkatopia, we are so excited to be here with you tonight. This is awesome. How was your vacation?
Well, you know, I'm back here. I've got a solid Wi-Fi connection now, so I feel like I'm good. I feel like it's a much better process. Oh yes, and don't forget you got the too as well. That's going to be part of the prize package as well. But you can bypass all that and get Funketeers.
Make sure I'm up.
I'm
trying to turn my volume up. Can you hear? Okay, there we go.
This is the lovely. For those that don't know, this is the lovely wife of Bootsy Collins that has joined us, and if you've already seen the interview, it's pretty. Maxine, thank you very much. She just put up the URL for people to be able to donate, and yes, it's amazing. There it is, man. What's awesome. So, you know, I think there were some questions that people had for Bootsy that I had missed, but we'll you know. Maybe one at a time when he comes back on, we're going to have to get to some of these questions. A lot of people turned in questions that were too late. So
absolutely. It's okay. We'll come back to you. We're going to be working together. So this is one of many that we will make sure that we make sure it happens.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and as I said, I'm doing a bunch of shout outs right now. Henrietta Littleton, thank you so much for your donation. You got 4 entries into the prize pack. Donna Brown, she got 5 entries for the prize pack.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Elisa Joseph got 4 entries into it. So thank you, Elisa. And who else? We're going to do some more shout outs here. Terry Dominic, she also got 4 entries into the prize pack as well. Everybody wants to win this prize pack. We've got not 1, not 2, but 3 prize packs that we're going to be doing. We had a huge stack of gifts for the grand prize. And then, of course, we've got some artwork as well as some other Funkatopia stuff, Funkatopia hats and shirts for second prize, and then some Funkatopia hats and shirts for a third prize. So there will be 3 winners. Also, Rita Taylor. Rita, she just got 4 entries. Thank you so much, Rita, for your 4 entries.
Yay.
And Claire Roundtree. Claire Roundtree got 10 entries into the thing. Yeah, so Claire's turning it up too. There's lots of things. Yeah, so we've got lots of people that have said that they have indicated that they've donated. Let's just see who else. I think we had some other people that said they had donated, but what we're trying to do. Maxine said she's going to be donating tomorrow. Naya said, "What is the deadline to enter?" You know, we haven't really kind of decided that. I think maybe if we set it at, maybe we give it to the end of the month. Maybe I think if we stop at like August 1st, what is are we doing any type of deadline for this Musicares?
Actually,
process?
October the 15th is the final day. So we're taking donations all the way up to that point. So it's never too late, you know?
Well, yeah, and what I was going to say was that too, is that, you know, as the donations get higher and higher, we're going to keep adding things to this prize pack. So we have every single time we kind of hit a milestone, we're going to be adding more stuff to those prize packs. So it's just that's because I think I don't know where we're at right now. Let me refresh right now. I think we're doing pretty good. We are almost at the $1,000 mark right now for, we're almost at the $1,000 mark. We're just short of the $1,000 mark. So once we hit the $1,000 mark, let's see what we can add. What can we add to the prize pack right now? What can we add? I don't know.
I know that Bootsy playing cards, you know, where you actually can play rummy or whatever you want with it. So I can make sure that you get those cards that you can play with. A
deck of Bootsy playing cards will be added soon. So she's going to add something. I'm going to add something too. I will throw a Funkatopia shirt into the mix, because I don't think the grand prize one has a Funkatopia shirt. So I'm going to add that into the mix. So once we hit this $1,000 mark, we're going to do the Funkatopia shirt, and we're going to do a Bootsy playing card. So we'll add that to the mix. Cool. And we should be very, very close. Let me see. I'm going to scroll up. Donna said she just got 5 entries. Donna Brown got 5 entries. So thank you so much, Donna. So she just did that as well. I think you were in there. Yes, Donna. I called you out. Cammie just did. She got 4 entries. Cammie's on the list.
How do they do their entries? Can you explain that to the funk, please?
Yes, absolutely. So basically, for every $5 that you donate, you get an entry into the prize package. So if you donate $20, you get 4 entries. If you just do $5, you get an entry. You still have a chance at winning. Even if you do just $5, you still got a chance at winning. But obviously, the more that you donate, the more entries that you get. And Cammie just did 4 entries as well. And again, kind of going down the list. Let me see who else is on here. So Nyan, I think that's what you said. Nyan, you said, what's the deadline to enter? Patty just told you that it's October 15th is when they're going to be stopping it. I guess we could probably do it, and we can just make this package just go bigger and bigger. By the time we get, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
If we went to October 15th, you might get like a huge box that they may have to like pay you like a wooden crate.
The biggest box ever.
It's going to be amazing. Let's see. Somebody else said that they, and Arlene said, Yes, Arlene, that's what you do. Just send your a screen capture of your receipt, just so we have proof that you actually donated. Because I don't have access to that backend, and I don't want access to that backend. That's their stuff. So just send me a screenshot of your receipt, and then however, of course, whatever entry. So yes, Arlene says she donated. I don't know how much that is, but so she's got in here as well.
Thank you, yay!
Lenny says Patty is our Cincinnati Functress.
Oh, thank you, Lenny, for that. I love that. Yes. I guess he's from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, he's up in Ohio. He's every single time that I'm up in that area. My daughter lives up that way.
Okay.
What's it, towards kind of over near New Albany, I guess, and only about 10 minutes away from there. I can't remember the little town that she lives in, but yeah, I've got to have to make it's not quite near her, but
she's up north, right?
Near Lenny, but yeah,
she's north.
Yeah, he's definitely north. Let's see here. Anna says she's going to go ahead and donate as well. Fawn's asking where she can donate. So we are just going to hammer it out. So everybody just keep on going. As I start seeing some of these things come through, I will definitely make sure that you get the shout out for sure. And man, it's just been great. I know a lot of people want to win this prize pack, and I'm seeing so many of these amazing donations come through. Let's see what we're at. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we're at $993.43.
$993.43.
Only got $6.57 to go to take us over $1,000 to get that pack of playing cards, and also add the Funkatopia shirt. But it just seems like $1,000 is such a it's very, very special level. What else should we do? Oh yeah, so this
special level, yeah.
So my daughter is actually joining us this time around. She's saying,
"What's your name?"
She can't. I don't think she can hear you. It's Jaden.
Hi, Jaden. So nice to meet you, Jaden. I'm Peppermint Patty. It's a pleasure. Wow.
So we are. Let me see what else I can add. I tell you what, I'm going to do something that is probably going to be. I might catch something from Dwayne, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Okay.
I am going to.
Woohoo!
I'm going to add in this book as well. This huge book from Dwayne Tudall. Huge book from Dwayne Tudall. It's the expanded edition of Prince and the Purple Rain era studio sessions. It is a massive, massive book, and it is very, very sought. Yeah, it's very, very sought after. It's a huge book, and it's pretty amazing. It's one of the best books is written. I'm going to add this to the pack as soon as we get over that $1,000 mark. Yeah, so let's see what we got here. We're still sitting at that $993. So just need somebody to set us over.
Come on, Funkatopia.
We'll add this and make it happen. We're just going to just keep on adding and keep on adding. So every single time we hit a specific mile marker, we're just going to reach in and figure out something else to add to it. Sometimes, maybe it might just be, at the $1,500 mark, then we'll add something else. Something smaller, and we're just going to keep on building it out. So it's going to be huge. I actually have like 2 copies of this book, so this is okay. But one of the reasons why this book is a little bit special to me is because this is an actual certificate of authenticity book of this one right here. Plus, plus on top of that, I'm actually named in it. My name is actually in here a few times. So. Thanks, Dwayne Tudall, for that. But
Prince truly appreciated what you have done for the Funkatopia. I mean, he put a stamp on it, right?
Yeah, he absolutely did. I mean, obviously, I'm not alone because we were all there kind of helping things out and kind of going through the process. But, it is we want to stop for a second because we were actually doing something that we probably shouldn't have done. Hold on just a second for me. We got to do something real quick.
Okay.
It's Mr. Christopher with the Funkatopia radio show. Man, that's the first time we ever let that entire song play. We just totally missed our 8 o'clock mark on that's probably the first time you ever heard that whole entire song. For those of you listening on Funked Up, we just went worldwide. We flipped the audio on, and we've been so carried away talking online right now on Facebook Live with the one and only Peppermint Patty, the lovely wife of Bootsy Collins, and it is amazing. We are having a fun time here on Facebook Live. We're just talking about the Musicares project. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We are actually, as I said, we're over here. Actually, I'm trying to figure out the best way to turn this. So we're actually been talking here with Peppermint Patty about the Musicares project, about Bootsy Collins. A lot of people were asking, hey, what happened with the Bootsy Collins interview? The Bootsy Collins interview, we did it last week and we posted it on Friday. And a lot of people were kind of wondering exactly what was, a lot of people were wondering, well, I thought you were going to air it tonight. Well, just because we kind of did a little bit shorter of an interview just because of, you know, scheduling and whatnot. So I wanted to make sure that you guys went ahead and got it. So now what we're doing is we're kind of pushing it out in waves. We gave it to you guys on Facebook, and then we pushed it out to YouTube, then we pushed it out to another YouTube channel. Tomorrow we'll go out on Instagram. Tonight, obviously, we just flipped the switch to audio. So now we are just making the announcement worldwide that interview is available if you guys want to listen to it. I know now a lot of people that are overseas in London and Australia and all over the world. Now you can actually see the interview. You should be able to have access to it right now. Should be able to get all that stuff. But there's already been it's been kind of all over the map. And one of the things that we were talking about on this interview was the fact that, and it was Bootsy and also his wife, Peppermint Patty, who is actually on the line right now. And
you Funkatopians, I'm here. Yes.
So she is actually on the line with us. So if you actually wanted to actually see her and enjoy her pretty face, you can certainly do so by coming onto the Facebook channel, because that, and also our YouTube channel as well, that's actually broadcasting. So it's facebook.com/Funkatopia, facebook.com/Funkatopia. And we have been talking about the Musicares project that Bootsy is doing. It's a Musicares challenge. He actually worked with a bunch of younger musicians, and they did a song called Stars to actually help kind of drive some funding for this Musicares project that is designed to essentially help all these people and these musicians and artists in the musician community that just, this is how they made their money. They needed to pay their rent. They needed, they have all types of medical expenses for their health, and just being able to stay afloat while they can't perform right now. And we're obviously as viewers and purveyors of fine music and concerts, we don't get, we're already frustrated enough that we can't see any really, really good concerts. But imagine how it is for the artists themselves to be able to, they just haven't been able to get out and actually perform, and they can't make any money. They can't pay their bills. It's insane. So that's what Musicares is about. And that's what kind of Bootsy and his wife, Patty, have been doing. And so again, the interview is out there, and Patty has actually come online, and she's actually joined us. So that was a great, great surprise. Thank you so much for coming on, Patty.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I would not have missed this for the world. Bootsy's in the studio. That's why we don't see him right now, but he is making some incredible music for you Funkatopians. Trust me.
Yes, it's going to be amazing. Matter of fact, if you watch the interview, you probably did not. If you have not watched the interview, you missed a very, very important notation that Bootsy is actually creating a brand new album. And if I remember the release date correctly, it is October 15th, I want to say, is the release date for that new album.
That's close. October 23rd.
October 23rd.
Birthday. 3 days before his birthday.
Oh, there you go. So there you go. So that's the significance of that day. So it's going to be coming, and you need to be ready for it. So that's where he's at right now. He's in the studio, kind of working and kind of doing all that stuff. But one of the things that we wanted to do to kind of drive some donations to this Musicares project and actually help Bootsy out is that we also wanted to make sure that you guys also had a little bit of motivation of sorts to kind of move this needle. And we put together a prize package that is pretty ridiculous. So we've been talking about it on Facebook Live, but a lot of people have not been, have been tuned into Facebook Live. You guys that are listeners, there's thousands of listeners all around the world right now on Funked Up. You guys are hearing this for the first time, but we've been putting together a prize package that is for every $5 that you donate to this Musicares project, you simply just send us a screen capture of that receipt to shout@funkatopia.com. That's shout@funkatopia.com. And for every $5, you get one entry into winning this pretty friggin' cool prize package. Yeah. And this prize package currently now includes a pair of custom glasses, star glasses from Bootsy Collins. Yep. From the Club Funketeers. You also get a very, very cool bracelet from the Club Funketeers collection. Awesome. And you also get there's also a magnet as well, but there's much more. There's also not one, not two, not three, but 4 prints, prints, prints of artwork done by the amazing artist Mary A. Johnson. She does some phenomenal work. She does lots of sketch work, and she is donating 4 prints to the grand prize winner. So you're also going to get that. You are also going to be getting let me refresh and see what's on here. Also, as part of this, we crossed over the $1,000 mark.
We did it. Oh, Mr. Christopher, yay!
So what's also going to be included is that we are also going to give this expanded edition Prince and the Purple Rain era studio sessions book from Dwayne Tudall. We also got an original 12-inch vinyl of Prince and the Revolution, Let's Go Crazy. It's from my personal collection, so it's in really bad shape, but it's from my collection. It's not worth anything, but it's got lots of sentimental value as well.
Yes, it's worth a lot.
Yeah. Plus, also we got a brand new book, a brand new Prince Life and Times hardcover book. We got that. We've also got an original Morris Day tour book from when he did his first solo tour, maybe first or second solo tour. We've also got that. We've also got some collector magazines that we're going to be including as well. Plus, on top of that, we also have, we've also got another book from Ronan Rowe called Prince Inside the Music and the Mask. We've got this, we've got all this hardcover books, all this stuff. All of that is included in this prize package. All of that is in there. Plus, on top of that, you also get a Funkatopia sticker as well. And because we crossed the $1,000 mark, that Dwayne Tudall book is actually included as well. And Patty, the lovely wife of Bootsy, who has joined us, she actually said she's going to be, since we crossed over the $1,000 mark, she's also going to be donating a deck of cards, Bootsy Collins, custom Bootsy Collins playing cards.
I have them here. I'm going to get up and just see if I see them on my desk. Is that okay, Mr.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure. And then while she is doing that, we also, I was showing on Facebook a sample of some of Mary's work that's on here. Here's some newer ones that she's not. I mean, she's got some amazing new ones as well. But we've got like 4 of them that are going to be going out to that grand prize winner. And so all of that is happening with the prize pack. All of that is happening with the prize pack. So it's going to be amazing, 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 amazing. Plus, on top of that, if that's not enough, there's not just one grand prize. There's also a second prize that has 3 of those artworks from Mary A. Johnson, plus a Funkatopia hat, plus a Funkatopia shirt and Funkatopia sticker, and a third place that has a Funkatopia hat and a Funkatopia sticker. And for every single time that we kind of cross some type of, if we seem to be like stuck right underneath the $1,500 mark or something, we may add some more stuff to it. Now, the other thing, too, is that this will be running until October 15th, that they want to do the Musicares thing. So by the time this ends, by the time we get done here, this prize pack might just be insane. It might, I mean, it's going to be like a huge box of stuff. So just be ready. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, we crossed everything.
Don't have my cards with me, but I do have another prize. If we get a little higher and you want to give another prize, I've got Bootsy Radio, where I can have him sign a couple of these.
Oh my gosh, there you go. Signed from Bootsy.
It's our new radio. It's our new Bootsy Radio that we have online. And we can just have him sign that for you, and I can send that directly to you, Mr. Christopher.
That sounds perfect. So there you go. We've also got 2 signed Bootsy Radio cards that we're going to actually include as well. So it's just going to keep on going. It's just going to keep on going. So we're just going to keep on building this out and building this out. And it's going to be, these prize packages just keep getting very, very big. And it just keeps on going. Let's see what else. Somebody else just sent me, Trisha, thank you so much for sending me the copy of your receipt. Trisha got 10 entries. 10
entries. Thank you, Trisha. Yay. I love that.
That's talking. Yeah, so Trisha just gave another 10, and there I think we got some. I think there may be some more in here. Again, we don't want to miss Arlene just did 5 entries. She's got 5 entries as well. So let's just keep on going.
Keep on going. This helps our musicians so much. We're so thankful. Music means everything to us. And
it does.
Helping a musician right now is the right thing to do. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, it is amazing that you guys are being so generous. And
yes.
Angela says she wants a prize to have brunch with Peppermint Patty.
Oh my goodness. I would be honored to have brunch with you.
There she is right there. It says, Angela, I want a prize to have brunch with Peppermint Patty.
Thank you, Angela. Yeah, you make me feel really good.
There you go. So we'll have to like get what would like get. So Andre says if we get to 3,000, we're gonna add some original print CDs.
Ooh,
let's all work this kind of. We'll work all through other stuff, but as this pool gets higher and higher, we are going to be like on some other level here as far as the what the work. That was Andre, so I'm going to get to the bottom of that, Andre, as far as, if you're offering or if that's something that you want to see added to the prize pack, just let me know. We've got all types of stuff. We have all kinds of different types of prize. As you can see behind me, there is like besides my daughter, there is like a bunch of collector stuff everywhere in my office. And as this continues to grow, I can't take it with me. So it's one of those things where I would rather it be, go to a really, really good cause and help musicians, because if it wasn't for music, I probably would not be alive today. I think, Patty, you probably could say the same, that music probably saved your life and changed everything.
Absolutely. It's just such a big part of me. And I know it's a big part of you and our Funkatopians out there, Club Funketeers. Music has been a journey for all of us to get through different things in our lives. So we're grateful. We're so grateful.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. So we're going to keep this thing going. Once we get to the end of the show, I know we got an album chat that we're going to have to move on to here in just a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that everybody understands we need to continue supporting musicians and supporting all these artists that do not have any means of income right now. They have no way to be able to pay their bills. They can't rely on the next stimulus check, and most of the people that get these stimulus checks, it's by the time they get it, they're already past due on all their bills, and it's just kind of getting nuts. So it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. So I will give. Let's spend about 5 more minutes to see if anybody has any questions for Patty while she's here. Thank you so much for joining us. It's awesome. Anybody have any questions for Patty, but while she's here? And if you do, we'll throw them up. And we're just going to keep on keeping on, because, as you can see, I'm going to see if I can point in the right place at this whole backwards thing. There's a bunch of CDs that are behind me. There's tons of CDs. There's tons of original Parliament Funkadelic CDs, tons of Prince CDs, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of funk CDs, Ohio Players, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Matter of fact, Jaden, where you at?
Right here.
Grab me that Earth, Wind, and Fire Eternal Dance right here. That big box. You're pointing. There you go. You're pointing at it. The big box.
Wow.
Yep, that right there. We're gonna add this. Once we hit 1,500, I'm gonna add this to the match too.
What?
Let me see it.
What?
Pull it out. Pull it out.
Oh, you're pulling out all your personal stash.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make sure that these musicians are taken care of. The musicians saved my life. This is important. Here's what we're going to do.
Mr. Christopher.
1,500. If we hit the 1,500 mark, let's say, I don't know, we're going to set a line. We're going to do this Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Eternal Dance box set.
Oh,
it's opened.
Gosh.
It is opened. I will tell you that.
What a treat.
It's opened. So it has been used. So it's not brand new.
But
it's beautiful. It's got CDs inside.
Wow.
And it's got this beautiful book as well. That's got like all types of stuff in it. So that's nice. Once we hit a certain point, this will be added as well. So we're going to just keep on adding to it until we make sure this donation thing works the way that it needs to be worked.
We're blowing me away tonight.
Woo! Yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. Let's see. Oh yeah. So somebody wants the link again. Here is the link again for those who missed the link. That is it right there. givelynow.com/o/stars/Funkatopia. It's probably easier just to simply just click the link, but there you go. So somebody says, Cami wants to know, what has Patty been doing during the lockdown and who has she spent the most time with, I guess is the answer.
Wow. You know, it's one of those things where you've got to follow the rules. So truly, been on lockdown here at the ranch. And, you know, just taking care of business straight from the ranch office and making sure that we're all safe and giving as much funk advice as possible during this time, as washing your hands and wearing your mask and stay home, please. It's just that important. But we're creating a lot of music here and just doing whatever Bootsy needs right now to keep the funk alive. Because when we do open up, there's going to be so much to do. And
yes, there's going to be a lot of catch up.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, what I'm hoping to do is at some point in time when I go up to Ohio, which I'm going to end up doing like at least a few times a year once we kind of get the clearance, is I do want to make a stop at some point in time over there and kind of give people like a little bit of a tour of some of the cool stuff that you have going on over there. Because there's some amazing things in there.
We'd love to have you. Absolutely.
Anna says, Patty, can you sing a little something? That's kind of tough.
Nothing.
Here's your answer. No.
Peppermint Patty only sings truly to my grandbaby. There's no voice here. I wish I could, but I can talk and I can read.
We'll have to get you let's get a book, like a picture book, and let you read it for the kids or whatever.
That'll work.
Lenny says, Patty, is there an official video of the incredible Prince celebration concert Bootsy put together at Bogart's with the late, great John Blackwell on drums?
Yeah, we do have some film of that. So a
really?
lot of behind the scenes stuff as well. But the answer to that is yes, Lenny. And did you come to that? Because I know you're here in the Ohio area.
I would imagine he does. There's not much that's even remotely Prince related that Lenny does not go to. He's pretty.
That was a great concert that we did in Cincinnati as a tribute to Prince. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions. I think that was Tanya. Tanya just had some nice. She said, Patty, your voice is so soothing. I love listening to you.
Oh, thank you. That is so sweet. I appreciate you so very much. I hope to meet you one day.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, all these people would love to be able to get out and meet folks again.
Squeeze something, you know. It's coming though. This cannot last forever. When you listen to the song Stars, you'll get that motivation. It says this thing will not last forever. It just
right. And that's important for everybody to remember, is that this is not going to go on forever. This is just not going to go on forever. So we got to, you know, and as Nine said, good music clears your head, heals the heart, and lifts the spirit. So it's only right that we give back to those who have given and still give us great music. So yes, that's why we're doing all these prize packs. Nine, you couldn't have said it better yourself. All this stuff we're going to be taking care of.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. And Lenny says, Lenny, of course, I knew this answer already. Lenny said, yes, I was there. Of course he was.
I'm going to have to dig up that footage because that's a really good point. I'd love to check that out once again. Sweet memories. And Mr. Blackwell, you know, he was the drummer with Prince and he unfortunately passed away. and he was in our band, and the rubber band was amazing with him being a part of it. So thanks for bringing that up, Lenny. Thank you.
Yeah, John was nobody quite drummed as fluently as John. He just,
as my husband would say, he was on the one for real.
Absolutely. Patty
brought it.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. I am so glad that we were able to kind of talk a little bit more about the Musicares program. We already crossed over the $1,100 mark, so it's still moving, so it's still going. So I'm very happy about all that. Funkatopians, keep it coming. Remember to please send me your just a copy of your try that again. A copy of your receipt so that I can make sure that you get some entries. Beth, thank you so much. Beth just sent hers. Beth got an amazing another 10 entries into this prize pack.
Flashing my light for you. Thank you. Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
So many people are being so gracious right now. Patty, thank you so much for joining us. It's such a surprise. Thank you so much.
You and Funkatopians, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, the bottom of my husband's heart. We're so grateful. And Mr. Christopher, you have taken charge. You are a champion. And we thank you for what you're doing for everyone, musicians all around the world, and especially for our Funkatopians.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. And everybody keep those donations coming. I will make sure that what I'm going to do is that I'm also going to forward a list. Once you send me your copy of your receipts, I'm also going to forward a list of your names and email addresses to Patty. And if she wants to send you a personal thank you via email, that way she can do that as well. So she can kind of reach out to you. So that's an extra thing that everybody is going to get, or maybe even a personal note from Bootsy as well. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, Patty.
Last night.
Toodles. All right. Toodles. All right.
Bye.
Bye. So that was an awesome surprise. Got Patty on the line with us. That was cool. Look. It's got the time now, and now the lava lamp is actually still bubbling away. Man, so really cool. Again, that URL, I'm going to post it into the link one more time for those of you who are online and listening audio only. It is givelynow.com, GIVELY now.com/O/stars/Funkatopia. So I know it's kind of a long one, but if you go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Funkatopia, I want you to be able to take advantage of this prize pack. I want you to be able to do that. So make sure you go to facebook.com/Funkatopia, and the post is right there where that shows the prize pack. And now I've got to have to add to that picture because we added a bunch of stuff that we're going to be adding. We got Dwayne Tudall's book that's going to be added to that. We've got a pack of cards signed by Bootsy. We've got also Bootsy Radio. We've got some cards that are going to also be signed by Bootsy. So a bunch of stuff from Bootsy signed by Bootsy that's also going to be part of this prize pack. So keep the donations coming. Keep them coming because it's going to be amazing. I can't believe we've just started this night and it's already been so action packed, and it's been amazing. So it's been great. So that all being said, we need to get to this album chat, but before I do, I want to make sure that we also give a huge shout out to the one, the only Mei-Ling Stone Poole, who celebrates her 60th birthday today. The woman who inspired Prince's Little Red Corvette. She is in the house. Matter of fact, she's hanging with us right now. Hey, what's going on, Mei-Ling? What's going on, young lady? She just turned 60 today, the big 6-0. She has been such an amazing friend to Funkatopia, and it's she's got a book that's going to be coming out eventually. But what's really cool about this book is that it's not focused on Prince like a lot of people that you see that at some point in time got attached to Prince. That's all that they write about. And with her book, it's a totally different thing because she has such an amazing history with just in the state of Minnesota, just so many things that happened with her family, and just she's such an integral part of rights in Minnesota, and just it's very, very, her whole family is very, very culturally significant in the state of Minnesota. So we're all looking forward for that book coming out. Happy 60th, Mei Ling. Happy 60th. I can't wait for the book to come out. There's going to be so much more that's coming out. But yeah, we have, Cammie said we only need $386.57 to hit that $1,500 mark. That is going to be amazing. So we just let me know. Just keep on refreshing and let me know when we hit that. But that's so cool. So cool. Cammie wants to know, how does she find her receipt? They should have emailed it to you, or once you're done, I think it does it. You can just screen. If you have Windows, they have this little icon with scissors. You can click that and you can screen capture it. But just send me, like, you don't have to send me the whole email. Just screen capture the receipt, and we will make sure that we got all that. So, all right. So here you are. Here we are. I am so sorry for those of you who guys were on the radio. I literally had the radio off, and I was hearing something in the background, and it was playing that opening, the opening track, which is Dumpsta Funk. And Dirty Word is the name of the song from Dumpsta Funk, and it is the song, it is our intro song, but we only ever play the instrumental part, which is a pretty significant 1.5-minute instrumental part, so it serves very, very well for an instrumental. But because of the fact we had so much going on, we didn't even notice that the song had already played all the way through, and people were like, is he coming on? What's happening? And then it also started to play $1 Million Show, which is the first track from the album chat that we're going to be doing. So it already gone like about 15 seconds into it. So anyways, insane. That all being said, it's going to be fun. All that being said. So we are going to, now we have to move forward. We have to keep moving here. Trisha, yes. Thank you so much for the donation. All right. You guys ready? You guys ready for this album chat? Man, this is a packed night. 15. We're close. No, well, we're working on there. So we are going to be doing the album chat for Prince's album Hit and Run Phase One. So that is going to be a pretty it's going to be pretty amazing. So I hope you guys are all comfortable. If everybody's ready to go, let's go ahead and actually, you know what I think I need to do? Let's do this. Let me replay a little clip of the intro song, just so we can kind of get our bearings and get resituated. Let's do this. This is important. This is an important part of the process. Hold on. Shut up. Oh, we're getting feedback now. Okay, all right. So we just want to kind of get our bearings. All right, you guys ready? Let's do it. I wanted to spend I came on a little bit early at 7:30 on Facebook Live. I wanted to make sure that we at least covered an hour's worth of the Musicares program, and making sure that we kind of continue to help Bootsy, do all the shout outs to all the people that donated. At the end of the night, I'll redo all the shout outs for the people that donated, as long as I have it all here. And make sure that you send me the email. Again, shout@funkatopia.com. If you do a donation to the Musicares program through that link that's on Facebook, I will make sure that at the end of this show, I'm going to do a shout out for everybody that did a donation tonight. And we're going to keep on going. And this prize pack is just ridiculous. The size of this prize pack is just, it's unnecessarily big. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. It's going to have to be a big box. And it's probably going to cost me like $100 to ship this thing, because of course most of it's books, so I guess technically it would be a media thing, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's do it, shall we? It is the album chat for Prince's album Hit and Run Phase One, released on September 7th, 2015, exclusively on Tidal, which was designed to kind of help boost Jay-Z's music service. It is Prince's 38th studio album, and the deal was already struck with Tidal for lots of exclusives at this point. So we have a lot of albums that began to appear on Tidal as well that were previously kind of, I guess, a little bit difficult to find in a way. So, you know, there was C-Note, there was The Truth, there was Expectations, there was Chocolate Invasion, Slaughterhouse. All of those albums started to make their appearance on Tidal, along with some other things that he was doing, some exclusive tracks that he kept releasing, as well as like the Purple Pick of the Week and all these different things. And I guess, you know, now some things have kind of fallen apart a little bit, which we'll talk about in a little bit. It's not that way anymore. However, there was also some individual tracks as well, like What If and Indifference. Now, Indifference is a track that I might add I totally missed. He played it at his final concert in Atlanta, and actually on the night that I got back from his show, from seeing both of his shows, and I wrote the review that Prince tweeted about the next day. Indifference was a song I had never heard before. And so I didn't know what to call it. I was sitting and writing the lyrics down, you know, if there was something that I couldn't make out, because all throughout the night, he was like taking pieces of songs and he was playing pieces of songs all throughout the night. And so there was this, and this was one of them. And, you know, it's got the lyrics, if you and I were stranded, you know, such. And so I was like writing lyrics frantically down. I was like, maybe I can Google it and find it. But Indifference was one that I totally missed. But another great track. We got it in rotation on Funked Up now, but it is what it is. Anyways, back to Tidal. That exclusive release strategy that he came up with Jay-Z, it actually worked really well for him, because and Jay-Z. It helped Jay-Z to kind of attract new customers for Tidal. And obviously the main difference with Tidal was it was just like Spotify and iTunes, except the difference is that he also offered this really high definition version of the audio. So, and I don't think a lot of people really felt like that was necessary. It's like, you know, this 128-bit or whatever it is that they serve regularly is enough for me. I'm sitting on a bus. I don't really need to hear anything more than this. And if I hear it this way, I might, you know, I just don't think that the market there was enough of a demand of that high definition audio that Jay-Z had initially thought was going to be a big thing. But it's still, they're still pushing it. They're still doing it. But, you know, Justin Timberlake is still doing MySpace too. So there's that. But anyways, it also allowed Prince to kind of have a lot of freedom and gave him full control over how the page looked. You know, however he wanted to, you know, do the artwork, he could do the artwork however frequently that he wanted to release music, he could release music there. It just kind of gave him kind of unfettered creative process. Now, Jay-Z had dropped $56 million for Tidal. And that was, again, it was geared more towards the audio heads and offered that high bit rate. And Prince was also a fan of that too. But it also gave him another way to connect with his fans. Prince told the magazine Medium in 2015, Jay-Z and I did a deal in 90 days. He gets it, and there's no Matrix. Unfortunately, this album takes us under a year. This album that we're going to be talking about tonight, HitnRun Phase One, takes us under a year before he would be gone. As you know, I've done the album chats from the very, very first album all the way up to where we are now, and this is number 2, and then HitnRun Phase 2 is going to be the final album that he officially released that before he passed away. This takes us under a year before his passing. This album that we're going to be talking about came out September 7th, 2015, and Prince would pass away on April 21st, 2016, which is not even a year. It's like 7.5 months later from the release date of this. And to make matters worse, in this whole Tidal scenario, was that the deal between Prince and Jay-Z was a verbal deal. If you can even think about how much of a businessman that Jay-Z is. Think about how professional and how hardcore that he is with just everything. It's insane the amount of business this guy has, everything this guy's got his hand in. But this deal that Prince and Jay-Z came up with, this is two hardcore businessmen who have gotten bitten by contracts multiple times in their lives, And they did this deal with like a nod and a handshake and didn't once think about the implications of it. They just thought, well, I trust him. I trust him. He's not going to screw me out of this. And they just trusted each other. And that's what it was. And that was the extent of it. But as a result of him dying without any type of written agreement or a will that we know of, that's a show for another time. Matter of fact, that is a show that I'm probably going to be talking about next week. I think next week, instead of doing the final album in this discography, I think I want to take a break and talk about all the mystique and all the theories about how Prince died, when he died, all that stuff. Kind of talk about some of the little bit of the background and some of the stuff that was going on during that period of time. We want to talk about all those things, and we're gonna get to that next week, and we're really gonna kind of load up on that. And I really kind of feel like there's a lot of raw feelings and emotions and thoughts, and you know, it really does make for good conversation because it's a very, very polarizing topic. It is what it is. Nothing can be changed, but it is kind of good to kind of get things out of the air and maybe kind of listen to and maybe consider some of the other things that may have gone on during this process. But anyways, we'll talk about that next week. For this, as I said, he passes away. There's no written agreement between him and Jay-Z regarding the whatever they had going for title. Plus, there was no will. There was no clear-cut direction on his musical wishes. And as a result, this attorney that came in that they were working with, his name was Londell McMillan. He's an attorney. So to him, his whole world is based on written contracts and verbal agreements. And so he was working with the estate. And as a result of this contract not existing, the estate stepped in and effectively nullified that exclusivity deal that Prince had with Tidal. And just in order to be able to put the music onto Spotify and iTunes and all this other stuff. So again, without an agreement, there was nothing that could be done. And on top of that, it couldn't be enforced anyways because there's no written agreement. There's nothing. There's nothing. So obviously, as you probably can imagine, that made Jay-Z and Beyonce very, very, very upset. Jay-Z more so than anything, and he was much more verbal about it. But matter of fact, he lashed out at the estate on his album 444 with a song called Caught Their Eyes. And he was specifically taking swipes at the attorney / advisor at the time, Londell McMillan. And in the song, he said, "I sat down with Prince eye to eye. He told me his wishes before he died. Now, Londell McMillan, he must be colorblind. They only see green from them purple eyes." And then he said, "This guy had slave on his face. You think he wanted the masters with his masters? You greedy bastards sold tickets to walk through his house. I'm surprised you ain't auctioned off the casket." Yeah, so he basically said quite a bit in regards to this whole deal that went down. So that's a lot to say. This guy had slave on his face. You think he wanted the masters with his masters? You greedy bastards sold tickets to walk through his house. I'm surprised you ain't auctioned off the casket. Oof, ouch. That's a lot. That's a lot to say for sure. Anyways, even though the album started on Tidal, it would be available on CD due to all this breakdown of everything. And it was going to be a physical copy of this anyways. So that was going to happen regardless. But as far as the availability on streaming services, so much for just being Tidal. It was going to be kind of all over the map. Anyways, it was available on CD and also for download a week later on September 14th, which was a Monday. The significance of that is that the album normally would drop on Fridays in the typical music industry. So if you had an album, it would normally drop on a Friday. And he was trying to hide the fact that it was going to be made available to the general public in order to kind of help bolster the Tidal deal. So he didn't want people to kind of know that the album was going to be anywhere else other than Tidal. And it actually worked, because if most of you remember, and I'm sure that most of you do, most of you remember when this whole title thing kind of came out, a lot of us, including myself, signed up for the service in order to make sure that we were, we're able to kind of hear at least some of the stuff that was going on. And, that's kind of what we're trying to do. We wanted to kind of hear some of these exclusive tracks and hear this new album. And then, of course, as fate would have it, and as they have notoriously screwed up before on multiple occasions, Amazon, the French version of Amazon, Amazon.fr, accidentally put up the listing early, just like they just did with Sign of the Times, the Super Deluxe Edition. Even the same exact way that they did that, they also did, they had this whole, it was just insane. So they made a mistake, and they posted the fact that this was going to be available for download and physical copy, and totally blew the element of surprise. It was gone. So at this point, everybody knows the Hit and Run's coming out. The title Hit and Run of the album itself comes from his practice of he would just randomly just drop into cities and drop into a town to do a show on really short notice. And this actually started way back in 1986. I don't think I really paid attention to the fact that it was called Hit and Run back then, because I don't think I collectively, or not collectively, that's not the right word. I don't think that I actually thought about the fact that Hit and Run was around back in 1986, but he started doing that back during the Parade tour, and he's been doing it ever since. So there's that. Anyways, even though the album did not get released until September, it was debuted in its entirety during a DJ set that was done by Joshua Welton after Prince and Third Eye Girl played a private show for then President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama during an African-American Music Appreciation Month in the East Room of the White House in, of course, Washington, D.C. That was June 13th, 2015, which probably gives a little indicator that the album was done at that point, because obviously if they're playing it in its entirety in June of 2015, the album's done. So they've kind of been sitting on this album, and they're kind of controlling how it kind of gets sifted out. When the album was officially announced, Third Eye Girl drummer Hannah Welton, wife of Joshua, announced that the album was done solely by Prince and her husband, Joshua Welton, which essentially indicated that Third Eye Girl as a band was not involved with this project. And it was assumed that was probably going to end up being his band for this album, because he really hadn't worked with anybody. The last band that he worked with was Third Eye Girl when they released Plectrum Electrum. So now this album comes out, and people kind of assume we haven't really seen him playing with anybody else. So we assume that that's what's going on. But we come to find out that is just Prince and her husband, Joshua. And that is with the exception of the song Ain't About to Stop, which is Third Eye Girl in the background on vocals, and Donna Grantis, who is the guitarist for Third Eye Girl, doing some solo work on guitar. And as mentioned, this is Joshua Welton at the helm doing co-production on this album. And Joshua told Funkatopia during an interview that Prince had done. Let me try this again. Joshua told Funkatopia during an interview that he did here that Prince had brought in some producers from overseas, and it was like a whole thing. And matter of fact, I actually did manage to pull the clip, and I want to play this clip for you of Joshua Welton kind of talking about what happened with this whole thing with these producers. Check this out.
One day walking in and folder.
All right, so some of you guys heard the audio on that on the radio on Facebook Live. It's a little bit more difficult to hear it, but I'm trying to do it without getting any type of feedback. So I got to be real careful so I don't mess anybody up. We will try to do better on that. But for those of you on the Funked Up app, we'll make sure that you guys can hear it perfectly fine. But Facebook, we'll work. We're going to work on some of these external things, but I will actually transfer the file and we'll actually play a little clip. So anyways, let's deal with that later. For right now, let's move on. Basically what he was saying is that Prince brought in 2 producers from overseas and put them in one big studio that had these massive speakers, and that Joshua actually had a smaller studio, Studio D, that just had, it was just really small setup, but he was just playing stuff and he was really doing an amazing job, and everything was just killing it. I mean, the sound, the thump, and people were coming in and telling Joshua that Prince was outside the studio really digging what he was doing, and then essentially he ended up getting the job. So that is kind of the story there. But we'll make sure that you can hear it perfectly fine in the actual broadcast when we rebroadcast this. For right now, Prince told USA Today regarding Joshua, he said, "This is the first time I've let someone make a record for me. Josh hears music like I do." And then he also told Entertainment Weekly, he said, his faith in God really struck a nerve. He said, "And you know how you can just feel that something's going to work and it feels right. It's a good fit. I knew the band was going to work. I knew the relationship with him was going to work. I check people out now to see how faith-based they are and how real they are about it. That goes a long way, I got to tell you, because I can trust them. I can give him the key and don't have to worry." So there's that. So as Prince kind of moved on in his career, he kind of ended up having the same type of relationship that Chris Moon had with him in the very beginning, because Chris Moon told a very similar story back before, this is pre-4U, when they're trying to put a demo together for Prince to kind of get him signed with Warner Brothers, that Prince just was in this recording mode, and Chris just felt this really significant presence and just felt like he trusted Prince quite a bit and gave him the keys to the studio and just kind of let him come and go as he wanted. And people were like, "What are you, nuts? You just giving this young black kid your keys to your studio that's got like, tens of thousands of dollars of equipment?" And Chris was like, "Yeah, and what's the problem?" Because you got to remember that, no matter where you're talking about this, I think it was in California, but there's just a whole different dynamic that's going on in the 70s and in the 80s. And now we've kind of come full circle. And now here he is during the final year of his life, and he's kind of come full circle with that. And now he's kind of given the keys to Joshua. So that is actually very significant in that regard as well. Anyways, it's also a little bit spooky of a premonition too, because when he was asked about whether he would work with Joshua again after the release of this, Prince told Ebony Magazine, "We'll do another one, and this is a way for Josh to step up because he's not going to stay around here forever. So I got to work with him while I can." Little did he realize that Joshua would still be here, but Prince, less than a year later, actually in this particular case, less than 4 months later, he would be gone. The album reached position number 7 on the Billboard Top R&B Hip Hop Albums charts and 70 on the Billboard 200. It failed to reach any of the top 10 positions in Europe, Australia, and Japan, which is a little bit unusual because even with the albums that didn't really do that well here in the States, he did always seem to do pretty well overseas. For, whatever those reasonings was, they really had a much better they just accepted his music a lot better. It's the same way over in Europe with funk music right now. With funk music, it's over in Europe, it's huge, especially France. Funk music is huge. I mean, it's a thing there. Bands like Brand New Heavies and bands like Jamiroquai and those types of acts overseas, they're like our U2. They pack out auditoriums and they sell things. They come over here overseas and they're lucky to sell out a 1,000-seat studio venue. So it's a little bit different, but on the same note, it's just they have a much better appreciation for this style of music, for funk and R&B and soul. It's just much better for them. Now, Hit and Run Phase One is the last widely available physical album on CD released by Prince during his lifetime. And when I say widely available, I have to be careful because on Prince Piano and a Microphone, Phase Two was actually handed out at the Prince Piano and a Microphone tour. So when you went to the concert, as you were leaving, they handed you a CD as you were walking out the door. So while that was available, it wasn't widely available. It wasn't like in the stores and all that. So although people would turn around and sell them on Amazon and whatever else. But Phase Two would come out 3 months later after this. And we'll discuss that album in a few weeks. But there is also an instrumental album here that was completed while these two albums, Phase One and Phase Two, were being put together. There is an instrumental album that Prince completed, finished, 9 tracks, and it's called Black is the New Black. It's a CD that it wasn't even a CD format. It's just a album that he did with Mono Neon on bass, Adrian Crutchfield on sax, Kirk Johnson on drums, and it's Prince going between guitar and keys. Again, 9 tracks recorded around in that last year of his life, probably in the last 6 to 9 months of his life. And it's done. It was completed. It's been mixed down. It's ready. It was ready to go. This is according to an interview that Mono Neon did. Matter of fact, it was in that, it's in one of the books. What book is that? I think it's in Prince Chapters and Verses where I read it. But it's done. It's completed. It's sitting in the vault. It's an instrumental, very, very Madhouse, but more with a funk slant. Matter of fact, you guys may have heard that track from Mono Neon called Rough Enough. Rough Enough is actually on that broadcast. It's actually there. So it's actually, I'm sorry, that's not on their broadcast. It's actually on that album. So Rough Enough is part of that whole entire thing. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the songs on this great Phase One album, though. Let's talk about this. This is a pretty amazing. This is a pretty amazing track, and just amazing album together. There's 11 tracks here, and so let's talk about all of these songs one by one here. And we're going to start with the song called $1 Million Show. It's the opening track of the Hit and Run Phase One. Matter of fact, it's one of my daughter Jaden's favorite Prince songs. She loves this song for sure. It frustrates some folks when it first starts off because it plays some of the clips from For You in 1999 and Let's Go Crazy. And if any of those are your favorite songs, you know, when you start to hear some of those, if you start to hear some of those songs, you sit up and you hear the intros and, you know, they play like the 1999 Don't Worry. And then, of course, it does a little bit of solo. It's just, you know, and then you kind of get cheated out of hearing your favorite track. But it's one of those songs that kind of does it. Those little sampler sessions can frustrate some folks. But the track is supposed to highlight the fact that he has hits for days and that he's worth every penny of that $1 million show that you're going to see. And it's going to be something that you've never seen before. And it's just, you know, it's just fantastic. It's just across the board. The volume of work that Prince has is just out of control. He has so many hits that he even toured and did just only the biggest songs, like his top 10 hits. And he was able to fill, you know, 3 hours. It's insane. Anyways, the song talks about how it's going to be the hottest ticket in town, and that also contains a little shout out to Serena Williams, telling us to let her know that it's first come, first serve. Tell Serena, everyone that's here, that's watching this right now, that's listening to this, we are the crazy fans that he's talking about, that we're not going to miss it for the world. This song in particular was debuted on April 9th, 2015 during the opening of one of the infamous Hit and Run shows while being played over the PA in Detroit, Michigan at the Fox Theater. So we got any Detroit folks out there. Detroit folks? Anybody? Okay. Sorry. The song used to feature Prince at the beginning of the song saying, "Welcome to the $1 Million Show. Don't fear the fro." Because this is when he switched over to the full-blown afro, and everybody was like, what is going on? He's always done the hairstyles, but that was his final hairstyle, was that full-blown afro. And I thought it was a good closing note, to be totally honest. I mean, I know that wasn't planned, but I thought it was a good closing note, the fact that he had this huge afro and he went back to just the natural look that he had at the very, very beginning. And now here it is at the very, very end. But anyways, he used to say, "Welcome to the $1 Million Show. Don't fear the fro." But then that was removed and it was replaced with Judith Hill's vocals that you can hear in the beginning now. While promoting the upcoming album to Smokey D. Fontaine, Prince compared it in his ongoing issues with record companies and how they don't value artistic work. He said, "They've just set up another system that you have to go through to get your work out. They don't give you any money to help you create the music or to promote anything, but they want you to send all your work to them for free and then just wait for a check. How is that fair? And then they ask you to perform for them for free. They're going to take your show and sell it to advertisers, right? So they think artists are stupid. But when I had my assistant call the networks back to tell them what my price was for me and the band, then they knew better. It was $1 million show." And Joshua Welton would then tell another interviewer that Prince recorded this song the same night that he did that interview, obviously feeling compelled to speak on it just a little bit further. As far as what you're about to hear, it's Prince on all vocals, bass, and guitar, except for Judith Hill on this co-lead vocals, Joshua Welton on keyboards and drum programming. And then, of course, you have a whole horn section that's Michael B. Nelson on trombone, Steve Strand on trumpet, Dave Jensen on trumpet, Kenny Holman on tenor sax, Kathy Jensen on baritone sax, and String Genius on strings. The first time this song was played, it was the studio tracks that you're about to hear played over the PA, leading into the show at the Fox Theater in Detroit on April 9th, 2015. But the only known full live performance of this song was on October 24th, 2015 at Paisley Park in Chanhassen. And then, of course, the last time it was ever heard was again during that sampler set, just like the first time, on January 23rd, 2016 at Paisley Park Studios. Here it is. We finally got to it. The very, very first track on the album, $1 Million Show. Here it is, track number 1 from Hit and Run Phase One. We finally got here. That was a lot of talking. Sorry, it's just a lot of talking. You ready, Jaden? $1 Million Show right here on Funked Up.
I found what she was using.
So I think it's what's causing this big booming.
I found what she was using.
Yes. All right. So how's everybody doing? Everybody still doing okay? Everybody still kicking it and whatnot? We're just kind of doing a little bit of everything, man. Oh, Gloria, you were at that Fox, the show in Detroit. Awesome. That was your last Prince concert. Ah, bummer. Yeah, you know what? Lisa, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Welcome.
Wait, what was your last Prince concert?
My last Prince concert was his final 2 concerts, the ones that are in that that window box over there. Those 2 tickets from Prince Piano and a Microphone. That was the last 2 shows I saw. I actually got to see his very, very final 2 shows. Yeah, I kind of got into a little bit of a weird space because I was kind of freaking out because I had made notation of that album Black is the New Black, that album that he worked on with Mono Neon, and nobody responded, nobody said anything, which was kind of shocking. So I was kind of freaking out that nobody mentioned anything about that album. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, I got to hear this album," or anything. It was like the text in the chat just kind of froze. It went like totally frozen solid. So it was kind of freaking me out. Anyways, Leanne, thank you so much listening on the app. We got according to we are only, let's see, 200. We're talking about Musicares. We're only 200 and 226 away from the $1,500 mark on the Musicares donation. And again, once we hit that mark, I'm going to add that box set from Earth, Wind, and Fire, The Eternal Dance. We're going to add that to that prize pack, and it's going to be amazing. So that's going to be added. So the prize packs just keep getting bigger and bigger. And I'm also going to be shifting some more prizes over to the second and third place as well. So those prize packs will also grow. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. So anyways, I am playing the song, actually. It's playing right now. But I can't. The problem with playing it here, especially since this video appears on Facebook, is that the problem on Facebook is that if it hears music that is copyrighted, it will nullify it. It will just mute it, and then it becomes a big mess. Hold on a second. And that was $1 Million Show. Man, that song ended very, very quickly. It just did. I am just not prepared at all tonight. So that was $1 Million Show, the opening track to Hit and Run Phase One, which brings us to a song number 2. Don't have a whole bunch of information on this song, which is actually kind of good because that kind of helps us move this along a little bit more. But it's track number 2, recorded somewhere in the spring of 2014. The lyrics are a tad ground level. Where it's got Prince talking about, I'm going to get you where you never got. If you got the jelly, I got the jam, stuff like that. But as for the title, I did locate one interesting tidbit that did actually catch my eye. He made a comment to Ebony Magazine regarding Spotify versus Tidal. And he said, Spotify wasn't paying, so you got to shut it down. And I thought that it was a little bit too, I want to say it was a little bit too, I don't know. It just seemed like that he was probably referring to the fact that maybe this is his song to Spotify, because that's what they came to do. They came to shut it down. And this is Prince on all vocals, bass, and guitar, except for Joshua Welton on keyboards and programming. First time this song was ever played, and it's actually just the spoken coda part. That's October 24th, 2015 at Paisley Park Studios in Chanhassen thank you for letting me be myself again. And the last time was during a sampler set, January 23rd, 2016 at Paisley Park in Chanhassen. Let's just continue on with this music, shall we? Song number 2, Shut This Down. And let me tell you, this is going to be the only track that has this small of information on it. That's it. It's the only one that's got this small of it's the only one. It's everything else. There's a lot of information. So get ready. Here you go. Shut This Down right here on Funked Up.
Sorry.
And I've got this weird thing happening. Obviously, at some point in time, this particular URL that I'm on for StreamYard, which is kind of the new system that we're using. If people actually have the URL, they can actually come in and they can actually, try to join. And just like, I just get like a bunch of different people that can come in and are able to actually, try to join. It's kind of strange, but luckily we had Peppermint Patty, Bootsy Collins' wife, join us earlier. That was actually very, very cool. The Musicares project is going really well. The donations are going very, very well. We're just going to keep on watching it. We're going to keep on watching it, and we're going to keep on. Remember, when we hit that $1,500 mark and the donations, we're going to add that Earth, Wind, and Fire Eternal Dance box set, CD box set, which is an amazing set. It's pretty incredible. So make sure that you definitely stay on for that. The next song we're going to be talking about is Ain't About to Stop. We're going to be talking a little bit about that. That's coming up as well. And thank you to everybody who's actually been donating. I can't thank you enough. It means a lot. Again, we don't have, I know people are like, why are you giving all of your stuff away for this project? And it's like, because music saved my life. And on top of that, I do not see any of this, just so we're clear. Anything that you donate to this Musicares project, 100% of the proceeds go to 100% of the proceeds go to the musicians to help pay their bills, to help pay their rent, medical expenses, whatever it is that they need. And it's amazing. It's amazing how awesome that music is, and it's saved everybody's life here. Everybody that is here tonight, everybody that is here, music has been an integral and important part of your life. And Andre, I do want to talk to you. I have not forgotten about everything that you were kind of naming off. The text messages were kind of coming in at this weird it was just kind of being spaced out really, really weird. So Andre, I do want to talk to you about everything that you're talking about. And, you know, all that stuff is write-off. So, you know, if there's things that you're willing to donate, we can certainly give you, you know, we can certainly give you props. And, you know, so there's that. Anyways, yes, music is awesome. Amen, Adriana and Angela. Yes, music. All right, we got 19 seconds, and then we're going to be going into Ain't About to Stop, where we're going to be talking a little bit about this track that features Rita Ora on here as well.
We didn't ask you anything. And I told you I was going to buy you a whistle.
And that was Shut This Down, which is track number 2 on this album, which brings us to track number 3, which is Ain't About to Stop. That features Rita Ora, and it was recorded in the summer of 2014. For those of you who are just joining us, we are doing the album chat for Prince's album Hit and Run Phase One. We have been doing album chats for every single one of his albums since the very, very beginning. We started with For You, and we've gone all the way through the whole entire process. We've done every single album. The only 2 that we've skipped is Bria Valente's album and Plectrum Electrum by Third Eye Girl. We will go back and do those, but we wanted to kind of be very, very specific about the albums that we chose. We even did the Times Ice Cream Castle in there as well. But we are going to go back and do Plectrum Electrum and Bria Valente. The reason why we hadn't done them is because we were kind of skipping over, because we wanted to try to see if we could get, you know, some people that were involved in creating the album to actually join us for those. Because while those albums are technically Prince albums, they didn't really do well sales-wise. So there was a lot of kind of apprehension of people to kind of, you know, be desirous to listen to those particular album chats. So we want to make sure that we make it as enticing as possible, get some really cool special guests and kind of cover those. But that being the case, we are in Hit and Run Phase One, and we only got Hit and Run Phase 2 to go. So that all being said, we are going to kind of move forward, and we're doing this one. And once we get done here, we only got one more album to go in his discography. And then we will be putting all these album chats on a website, and it's going to be pretty awesome. And Jaden is behind me looking very, very excited. Like I am talking about science and mathematics. For those watching the video, she's just like, okay. Anyways, Ain't About to Stop. Let's talk about track number 3, recorded the summer of 2014, performed by the British singer Rita Ora. The song was supposed to be on Rita's second album, along with the track that we played last album chat for Artificial Age. There was a track called The Single Most Amazing. And again, we played that during the Artificial Age album chat. And her album was supposed to be released in January of 2015, but then it got postponed. And then it got postponed again, and the delays just kept coming. And then after Prince passed away, it just became a litigious nightmare, because all the rights and all those songs that were on there that he had worked on, it just ended up being this whole thing. So she didn't end up releasing the album that those songs came on until like November of 2018. So it wasn't until just a couple of years ago that she released the album called Phoenix. And instead of, you know, trying to go through all these hoops and get those Prince songs on the album to be included on that album, that was one of the reasons why she was sitting on it. She wanted those Prince songs to be on there. I don't know if it was the estate or what it was, but it just ended up being just a huge nightmare. So she just released the album without those songs on it. And anyways, So many of you remember the Yahoo live concert that Prince did back then around that time. And that kind of stands out a bit because when he announced that, people were like, Yahoo? Why are you doing a concert on Yahoo? But anyways, it happened. It was there. Many people saw it, and it was actually pretty cool. I think I actually, somewhere on Funkatopia, once again, I received Prince's ire because I was kind of making cracks at the person who, I can't remember who it was that was hosting the event. I don't remember. I don't know who the person was, but whoever it was that was hosting the event was just saying all this stuff that was incorrect, like calling NPG the new power generations. And it was just a bunch of weird stuff. So anyways, I was poking fun at the hostess of the event. Prince didn't like that. So of course he went dark on me again. But that's okay. Anyways, before that show, before the Yahoo, sorry for the rabbit hole. Before that show, Joshua Welton played this track, this one that we're about to play, during a sampler set along with the song Revelation and X's Face. Now, in the Rita Ora version of this song, where she's kind of singing some of the lead vocals on it, she sings that she comes from North London. And since Prince replaced her vocals, he sang, I come from North Minnie and I come from North Minnie and I doesn't run from any, or something like that. Anyways, and he ain't about to stop right now. And I heard that version with North London, and if I remember correctly, she says, I come from North London and I never run from no one, or something like that, which is kind of cool to say, a double negative, but that's okay. But anyway, so Prince replaced it with North Minnie and he never runs from any, and that's kind of where, anyways. Anyway, Rita said of the experience when she was asked about this whole process that went on with Prince, she said, I was there for a week. It was the best thing I had ever done in my life. He plays like 50 instruments, so you could do anything and he'll fix it. He has an answer for everything. He's a genius. I want to be like that one day. They started from nothing and now they are legends and they will be remembered. And I'm all about learning everything, like how they move, how they speak, how they act. But she can't help but be annoyed about the fact that her version of the song sits in a vault. So she really wants her version to be released, but it's just going to be one of those songs that eventually will be released, maybe for a super deluxe of whatever, who knows. She told the BBC, it's out of my hands, really. It's under the family of Prince. I guess they decide what happens to it. It's Prince on all vocals and bass and guitar, and Rita Ora on vocals as well. Joshua Welton has some keyboards and drum programming here. The only time it's been known to be performed is January 23rd, 2016 at Paisley Park in Chanhassen, and that was only during a sampler set. It was just playing the actual song itself, and that's it. So here it is. The next track on the album, Ain't About to Stop, featuring Rita Ora right here on the Funkatopia radio show. There we go.
How do you not get tired of talking?
She asks, how do I not get tired of talking? No, we're still live on video, right? Okay. I don't know how I don't get tired of talking. And on top of that, I have yet to take a water break. So
I found something for 1 cent. It's 4 stars.
So for those of you who missed the very beginning of the show, she's over here working on her brand new website that she's kind of putting together. She is going to be, she's trying to put together product for it or whatever. She wants to sell slime that actually has scents. So like if you need to relax or whatever, it's like a therapeutic slime. So you can play with it and the scents kind of, help you to relax. Or be energized or whatever, and it's just like a bunch of different types of therapeutic slime, and also candy as well, box candy. So if you want like candy from London, you want candy from Korea, you want candy from China, she's actually going to have like a subscription box where she'll send you a box from different countries that are going to have, it is what it is. So it's going to be cool. Yes, you're right. I absolutely positively do need a wine break for sure. I'm going to take a purple drink mix here. How was our, look at our lava lamp is kind of going well. It's kind of working. This is one of the original lava lamps. That's an old school lava lamp over there, and one that takes like an hour to get going before it starts doing what it's doing right now. So anyways, so yes, there's no change in the donations yet, but as I said, once it gets over 1,500, once we hit 1,500, we are going to we're going to add that Earth, Wind, and Fire box set, but it's already got tons of stuff in it already. We already got the Dwayne $2 book, Prince and the Purple Rain Era studio sessions in that grand prize pack. We also got tons of other books, album. We got supposedly we got a bunch of stuff from Bootsy Collins that's going to be sent to us. That is going to be that's donations. Lotus, thank you so much. Lotus, just let me start in order here. Angela just sent it. Angela's got 4 entries into this print. Angela Reardon, thank you so much. Lotus, thank you so much. Lotus Steel Blossom, she actually donated. She has got 10 entries into this. 10 entries Lotus has got into this drawing. And how much time we got? We got 46 seconds. Mary Jane, thank you so much, Mary Jane. Mary Jane, she has got was that 8 entries into, I had to do 5 into 40. She's got 8 entries into it. 8 into it. And Marsha Dickinson, thank you so much, Marsha, also for the donations. Marsha, oh my gosh, Marsha's got 20 entries. 20 entries into the grand prize drawing. So that is amazing. So thank you guys all for your donations. I'm going to keep on doing these shout outs as you guys send your receipts in, and we're going to make sure that we document all these too as well. We got 10 seconds and we got to get back to this album chat. Thank you guys so much. You all rock. Here we go. And that was Ain't About to Stop. My daughter Jaden is sitting behind me and she goes, how do you not get tired of talking? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just something I've always done. And it's, it's been, it is what it is. Anyways, the next song is the other one that is I have on this album that's got a short amount of description, but that's okay because a lot of people just want to hear the music. So that's fine too. The next song on this album is Like a Mac. It's the 4th track on the album, and it showcases the rap duo Curly Fries, who I had never, ever heard of before this album. And ever since this album, I have not heard of them again. I don't know who Curly Fries is outside of this song. I've never heard them outside of this album. And I think, surprisingly enough, I would probably, what's that girl's? Oh my, I'm not even gonna embarrass myself right now. Feeling good as hell. What's Lizzo, right? Lizzo. This is Prince's thing. Prince likes to identify people, find people that are. I don't know why Lizzo was just. It was right at the tip of my tongue, and for some reason, I was thinking that can't be it. Anyways. Lizzo appeared on Boy Trouble on Prince's album with Third Eye Girl, the Plectrum Electrum album, Boy Trouble. And a lot of people didn't know who Lizzo was until she came on the scene with that. But then she followed it up with another album that was just, that just took the world by storm. And she's all over the Grammys and she's winning all these awards and she's all over the news and she's everywhere. She's just everywhere. Curly Fries really didn't do that at all. they kind of came in, did this song, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're like big overseas and we haven't heard of them over here. I don't know, but I didn't know who they were, and I still don't know who they are. I don't even know what they look like. So anyways, I'm not completely clear as to when the song was recorded, but on July 12th, 2015, on the Third Eye Girl Twitter account, they posted, "Mama, wait till you hear Curly Fries on Prince's new remix," and then put a bunch of symbols to kind of indicate profanity, the exclamation point and all that stuff. Anyways, so that does indicate that it was done on or before July 12th, 2015. And the other thing about that is that it also denotes that it's a remix. So that kind of gives you the impression that there exists a version of this song, Like a Mac, without Curly Fries involved. So there's that. Anyways, it's never believed to have been performed live. It's Prince on all vocals and bass and guitar, Joshua Welton on keyboards and drum program. And then you have the 2 members of Curly Fries, who are Charlie Curiel and Daniel Curiel, or Danielle Curiel. And MPG horns on this mix too. Keith Anderson on sax, Marcus Anderson on sax, Lynn Grissett on trumpet, and Joey Rayfield on trombone. Here you go, Like a Mac, featuring Curly Fries. And if Curly Fries, if you guys do actually have an album out, I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to go out, I'm going to go to Amazon tonight, and I'm going to buy your album if you have one. I'm just going to do that. Because I'm not trying to diss you when I'm saying all this stuff. If you have an album, I'm going to buy it. just as a peace offering. For right now, here it is. Like a Mac featuring Curly Fries. The next song on this album chat for Hit and Run Phase One. We're not even in the middle. This is going to be, I hope this is going to continue to be this painful. Here we go. What's your problem?
A lot of things. I just hit my elbow.
Okay, so she's over here hitting her funny move. How's everybody doing over here? We still doing good. I crossed over. I crossed over the mark. I crossed over that silly mark. You guys, for those of you who follow this show, you guys know what happens. I get to a certain point, and my brain caps out, and then I get loopy and start saying weird shit. It's just never mind. It's not a rubber band. It should work like one, but it doesn't. Yeah. Well, yeah. Wait a minute. Who had 20? Yeah. What's her name? Who had 20 entries? Who had 20 entries over here? We got who had 20? Marsha Dickinson. She had 20 entries. That's okay. You know, it's fine. You could have one entry. You could have one entry and win the grand prize package. You don't need to do a bunch like that, but it definitely increases your chances. I remember, and she'll remember this. We were up in the mountains up in the Georgia mountains, and there was this I guess raffle. It was some type of rodeo or something. We're so white. There was this rodeo or something, and there was this raffle, and it was this tablet. It was this tablet and something else. And for every $1 that you gave to the donation, it was an entry to win this tablet. It wasn't an iPad tablet. It was like a kid's tablet or something like that. Yeah, it was something kind of weird. A fab. What would you call it? Anyways, shut up. I looked in there, and it was just like a bunch of singles, like 5 singles. And that was it. That's all people had donated to be part of this raffle. So I had a $20 bill, and I said, I could donate $20 and I'll get 20 entries into this. And so I did it. And before we even left, we got called, and they said, you won. And we won the tablet, and everybody was so excited.
Fireflies, and then you got a call.
Yes, we were outside catching fireflies in the field, and we just
that was my thing back then. And it's
Angela's laughing at the "We're So White." Yes, I mean, if you go to a rodeo, you've just kind of you've capped out on whiteness. Anyways, yes, the rodeos are fun to watch. It's fun to watch cowboys get kicked in the head by horses. There's something magical about it for sure. Or get trampled by bulls and calves. There's something special about that. Welcome to Georgia. Welcome to Georgia, y'all. We do rodeos and it's woot woot. All right, I got 30 seconds to get myself together.
That's gonna be very hard for you.
Yes, I know. I'm working on it. Oh, so anyway, somebody was asking what the website is going to be for her thing. It's 2georgiagirls.com, all spelled out. TWO georgiagirls.com. It's not even set up yet. We're still putting together the products and everything, but it's a little bit of a nightmare. Oh, here we go. Sorry. And that was Like a Mac, which is the next song on this album chat for Prince's Hit and Run Phase One. And that brings us to the next song on the album, which is actually one of the singles off of this album, This Could Be Us. The song's so good that it appears on 2 different albums. It was track number 7 on Artificial Age and track number 5 here on Hit and Run Phase One. The Artificial Age version is the original version of the song with This Could Be Us with B-E spelled out, which was unusual for those of us who are hardcore Prince fans. When we saw that and we saw B spelled out with not just B, not just a letter B, but B-E, which is very un-Prince-like, we were like, what? But this one, we thought it's got to be like a mistake, an accident. But on this one here, he uses his normal letter iterations with the title, and it's This Could Be, the letter B, Us, which is actually a remix of that original song from Artificial Age done by Joshua Welton. So Joshua Welton added kind of his touches and did some different things and whatnot, and that remix ended up here. And they actually put a 35-second snippet of the song up on the Third Eye Girl Twitter account, but it was a link to download it via Dropbox, which was weird because I think it was the first time I had ever seen him use Dropbox, which was just, he always had some type of server that stored the songs, and there was like some type of process, or it was always something weird that you had to do in order to just freely get a song. So this is one of the first times I think I can remember that he put a song out on Dropbox. But anyways, for those that missed the Artificial Age album chat that we did a couple of weeks ago, there was a meme. The story behind this song is that there was a meme that was trending on Twitter that was This Could Be Us, but you playing. It wasn't, that's all. Is This Could Be Us, but you playing. That's a long meme, and how that meme ever even got traction, because it's not catchy at all. How that meme ever got traction, I will never know, but it did. And it was essentially just a meme about a guy who wanted to give this woman the ultimate relationship, maybe, marriage, or, just to spend the rest of his life with her, but she's cheating on him, so she lost out. And so someone decided to use a picture from Purple Rain of Prince and Apollonia on a motorcycle, and it said, This Could Be Us, but you be playing. And as luck would have it, Prince saw the meme, thought it was hilarious, and he wrote this song about, he wrote this whole song around a Twitter meme. And I'm not kidding. That is the origin of this song. Prince was on Twitter. He saw this meme of him and Apollonia, and it said, This Could Be Us, but you playing. And he wrote a whole song around it. And I'm not lying. That literally is how this song panned out. It's Prince on all vocals, bass, and guitar, Joshua Welton on keyboards and drum programming. And every single time that I say Joshua Welton on keyboards and drum programming, as far as Prince Vault is concerned, it does say in parentheses, assumed, meaning that it's assumed that Joshua did some reworking with the mixes and stuff with keyboard, and he just added his little tweaks and whatnot. So it's assumed that's what's going to happen. Anyways, the only time this song has ever been played live is January 21st, 2016. It was I think it was the very, very first show from Paisley Park of the Prince Piano and a microphone tour. It was just Prince playing it, solo piano. But here it is. This Could Be Us with just the B, not the B-E. This Could Be Us. And you're listening to the Funkatopia Radio Show. It's the album chat for Hit and Run Phase One. The next track. Enjoy. All right. It's not going to be as long as the next one. The next one is like a novella. The next one I have it's like that one that we just did is, I guess I got to see what I'm doing here. That one that we just did was like this long. The next one is like this long.
You explain it so much.
And like longer. Actually, it's probably better if I go this way.
That's like, how many songs do you have to do left?
25. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. 6 more to go with this album. 6 more. Now, for those of you who are watching this and going, this is like total editing nightmare, this has got to be the worst possible thing to listen to. It's okay. You're perfectly fine. when we edit this and we actually put it out there into the ether for you guys to listen to, none of this stuff is in it. And that's what some people like. Some people actually like to actually tune in and hear some of these antics and listen to some of this ridiculousness that goes on between my daughter and I, who was a huge Prince fan. We just sit here and just cut up and have a good time. And she's not always here. She's almost never here. But anyways, this is just an extra thing that you get for tuning in right here. That's it. But the actual recorded version is just what you hear when I'm actually talking, and then the songs themselves without all the rigmarole. So, anyways,
What's the website again? I accidentally logged off of it.
Patricia says Wisconsin does rodeos too. Yeah, a lot of people do. I mean, I think every place in the Midwest probably does rodeos, but this is Georgia, so we do it with the red clay and everything, so it's a little bit of a mess. What else we got? Julie, yes. Hey, what's going on, girl? Angela said Apollonia used it. Yep, I believe she did. Apollonia. What is going on with Apollonia nowadays? What is going on with Apollonia? That girl has lost her mind. She started out attacking Sheila, and Sheila did the right thing by just biting her lip and not saying anything. She just ignored it. And now apparently Apollonia is attacking Maite. It's ridiculous. This girl is on a tear. I know she's got a book that's going to be coming out, and she's on a little bit of a. She's going out of control. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Crazy. Anyways, Drew Reardon and Ava, we need to hang. We should. Why not? Huh? You can't see straight? I've got to get the I have to get the I have to get the lava lamp in the picture. It's actually working. It's going pretty good now. It's going pretty good now.
What's the website called again?
What's what website called again? The website for
Can you link it again?
Oh yeah, I think I can probably control V it in here because I think I put the website into the for the donations. I put the website into what? What's the problem? Oh, I know I got 30 seconds. I'm fine. Yeah, I put the donation thing in there. So again, once we hit 1500, I'm putting that Earth, Wind, and Fire box set in there. I'm gonna keep on adding to this until it is a big box of just stuff. So whoever wins this grand prize pack is gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be out of control. All right, 9 seconds. We got to go back on. And that was it. This could be us. Obviously, it kind of goes into Fall in Love Tonight, but we had to abruptly stop it because we got to talk about the next song on this album chat, which is Fall in Love Tonight. Ooh, okay. So I was telling everybody on Facebook Live that the particular songs that I just talked about was really, really short. This one is long. It's not long, but there's a lot of information regarding this song, like a lot of information. So I'm gonna go through it as much as I possibly can because there is a bit of background information to this song. Fall in Love Tonight was a reworked version of the song that Prince worked on with Zooey Deschanel from her TV show New Girl. Many of you saw that. It was an episode that appeared on. We'll talk about all that later. Anyways, Zooey Deschanel was playing with her own group on top of having the show New Girl on TV that Prince was a huge fan of. She also had her own group called She and Him. And for those of you who never heard She and Him, Zooey Deschanel has this really cool tone to her voice. She's got this really, really cool tone. And many people, of course, have heard her sing in She and Him. And some people got the ability to hear her sing for the first time in the infamous Christmas movie Elf, where she plays the part of Jovi, who that Will Ferrell's character falls in love with. and he finds her singing the creepy Christmas classic song, Baby It's Cold Outside, that kind of song that just, anyways, the lyrics to that song are just really kind of, it's a creepy Christmas song for sure. But anyways, if you remember the song Elf, she is in she's in the shower because I guess the hot water got turned off at her apartment, and so she's at work at this department store at what was it? Gimbals, I think it was. It was Gimbals was the name of the department store, and she's showering and she's singing "Baby It's Cold Outside," and then Will Ferrell dressed up as Elf comes in and sitting outside the shower, and they're singing "Baby It's Cold Outside," and they're doing all this stuff. Anyways, that's the first time that people probably heard Zooey Deschanel sing. And she's got a really, really good voice, a really, really good tone. And her group, She and Him, is also really good. If you can find that, it's really, really good. Anyways, between that performance and her solo work with She and Him, and on top of the fact that Prince loved the show New Girl, Prince was impressed enough with the unique tone of her voice that he really wanted to work with her. Zooey talked about him being on the show and gave the whole story. She said, "It was a highlight of my whole life. It was amazing just to get to hang out with him. To the very last second, we weren't sure if he was going to come to the set. We were like, I hope he's the type that shows up. I got a cold email from his manager, and it was like the most on-brand Prince email ever, like too on-brand. It was like, hello, I am manager to legendary artist Prince. He is loving the show New Girl. He would like to be, like to be on the show." And I'm like, this has to be a prank. There's no way. But I had several people check it out, and it turned out that it was his manager. You never know. When you put stuff out there, you're in the entertainment business. You never know who might just be flipping channels and find your show. And randomly, Prince found the show, and he was watching it every week with his band. And they'd watch it on tour. And it was like he couldn't miss it. And they were really invested in the Nick and Jess relationship of the show, New Girl. It was just one of those really surreal moments. And she continued, she said, "We had no backup plan, but he showed up. He was awesome. He was such a pro, a good actor, and very kind of chill all the time. Such a cool guy." She also said, hilariously, that one of Prince's demands was that the only way that he would appear on the show is if absolutely no one from Keeping Up with the Kardashians ever appeared on her show. And it was actually close, because when Prince's management found out that there were celebrities that were going to be appearing from the Kardashian show, they were like, who are the celebrities? I hope it's not the Kardashians. As fate would have it, Khloe Kardashian and Kris Jenner had already flown out to the New Girl set, and they had already shot a scene for the show, and it hadn't even aired yet. So they had come out, they flew out, Khloe and Kris, and they did this whole scene or whatever, but it was still in the can. It was still being edited. But Zooey was like, okay, sure, no Kardashians. And she said, I felt so bad because obviously everyone had gone out of their way to be there that day, but Prince was running the show. So when they heard Prince's demands, not only did they scrap the scene that they had in the can with Khloe and Kris, but the staff also ran around and destroyed any evidence that was on the set that they had ever been there, including sacrificially burning the scripts in a literal bonfire in order to get rid of every single bit of evidence that the Kardashians had ever been there. And if you've ever seen that little clip from the LA appearance when Kim Kardashian comes on the stage and starts to do a little dance, Prince kicks Kim off the stage. He does this little, really theatric thing with her foot, kind of pretending to kick her in the butt as she walks off. So he's not a big fan of the Kardashians, but, he was doing it lightly and kind of in jest, because he does also realize that he's in LA and that the Kardashians have quite a bit of a huge following. So he doesn't want to upset a lot of people, but obviously he is not a big Kardashian fan. But anyways, I think it's hilarious. So Zooey's vocals were laid over this track with a slight remix, and that is what appeared on the TV show. So the song already existed, but anyway, so there's that. He told the New York Post in 2015, the trick is to make the music mean something in the world outside of here. I've vaulted so much stuff going way back to the 80s because I didn't want people to hear it. It wasn't ready. One day I'll go back and finish it, and it will feel like no time has passed. To me, time folds back on itself. The song, as I mentioned, the original song, the one that had Zoe's, not the, well, the version that has Zooey Deschanel's vocals on it appeared February 2nd, 2014, as I mentioned, on an episode of New Girl that appeared right after the Super Bowl and earned him 25 million viewers in the process. It would then drop on some Los Angeles radio stations like WJLH and streamed for a week solid on iHeartRadio. But on this release here, however, Zooey Deschanel's vocals are removed, and it's kind of a bit of a remix of sorts. Some believe it has nothing to do with anything other than that version of the song being released 18 months prior. And he wanted everything in the album to either be new or a fresh coat of paint. But this is just the original version of the track with Zoe's vocals removed. That's essentially what you're hearing here. On this particular album version, it's Prince, all vocals, bass, and guitar, Joshua Wilton on keyboards and drum programming, assumed. And you have a horn section with Michael B. Nelson on trombone, Steve Strand on trumpet, Dave Jensen on trumpet, Kenny Holman on tenor sax, Kathy Jensen on baritone sax, String Genius on strings. And the only difference, as I said, between this and the other one is that the vocals were originally done with Zooey Deschanel's vocals on top of it. So here you go. The next song on this album, Hit and Run Phase One, that we're doing an album chat of for those of you just joining us. It is Fall in Love Tonight right here on the Funkatopia radio show. All right. Thank you for not doing all that. Ooh, pretzels. This is such a quiet snack. Thank you, Jaden, for bringing me a quiet snack to eat online. I appreciate that you've gone out of your way to bring me such a quiet snack to eat online. And that's exactly what I need, is salt and pretzels to dry out my voice while I do this show. How thoughtful. Just kidding. I can't eat this right now. Thank you. I'm just being over the top. Hi, everybody. What's going on? We're almost at 1,300, $12.98. Thank you guys so much. We're going to keep on keeping on. As I said, we're not too far away. We're only $202 away on the Musicares donations to getting the Earth, Wind, and Fire box set added to this whole process. It's going to be amazing. Let me see if I've got any more. I don't see any other people sending any other donations through as far as that's concerned, but Dave said you should have brought me marshmallows.
We don't have marshmallows.
Donna just did an additional $25. Are you kidding me right now? Donna, you were just like, Donna is like dead set on winning this prize pack. Let me see where Donna's at here. So Donna's now up to 10 entries right now, which is crazy. That's crazy.
You want one?
No, I don't want one. I can't have any. Pretzels are like the worst thing you can eat when you're doing this because it dries you out, so you can't do it. Mary goes, yes, Jaden, you eat them pretzels. Oh my gosh, man, that lava lamp is killing it over there. Look, man, it's just going. It's just going. It's so bubbly. Yeah, I know. We gotta at some point we gotta move it like over here or something. So much going on. What am I missing? Oh, 53 seconds. And we got to.
What's that meme that you said was on Twitter?
Close your ears. April says Kim lied to him when she told that story to Madonna that Prince said, "Get off the stage." Oh my gosh. Yeah, Prince wasn't a big. You can take your ears off. You can take your ears off now. Just put them on the desk. Yeah, Prince was not a big Kardashian fan for whatever reason that is. Oh, I got 20 seconds, 17 seconds, long enough to take a sip. I keep forgetting to take a drink of water before I start doing this.
Is that just water?
All right. Oh shoot, what do I gotta do? And that was Fall in Love Tonight. We only got a few more songs. Actually, we got 5 more songs on this list. 5 more. We're kind of looking at it's a lot of we're actually doing the video live while we're doing this album chat. You can actually watch live on facebook.com/Funkatopia. People are also watching on the YouTube channel as well, which I think is youtube.com/users/Funkatopia. I don't know. And then it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. And then on top of that, you've got people listening all over the world on the Funked Up app to just the audio version, which is probably a much better version to listen to than all this insanity that is happening on Facebook Live. Because there's no break. There's no break on Facebook Live. I just continue talking, and we talk about loud pretzels, and we talk about all these things that are going on in the world of Facebook. So anyways, if you're just joining us, you are tuned in to the album chat for Prince's album, his 38th studio album, Hit and Run Phase One. So it's pretty awesome because we've kind of been going through the stuff track by track and talking about all the stories and whatnot. And now we are up to one of my favorite songs on this album for sure. And that is a song, X's Face. It's track number 7 on the album. It was available for download to ticket holders who bought the tickets through Live Nation. So if you happen to be in Louisville, Kentucky, or saw Prince and Third Eye Girl in Louisville, Kentucky on either March 14th or 15th, you actually got this song as a download with I think there was something, I can't remember what other song with it. I'll remember it. Anyways, the version that was there though had a real clean ending though, as opposed to this one that kind of is supposed to bleed into Hard Rock Lover, which is the next song, which we'll stop abruptly at the end anyways, because we just have to, because we have to tell you about the next song. Anyways, when the people from Louisville, Kentucky, or the people that went to Louisville, Kentucky to see this show bought the ticket, if you purchased it, you got an email, and the email in the subject said, "Thanks for buying your ticket to see Prince and Third Eye Girl. Here's some new music for you." So whoever their email person was didn't know the limitations of the subject, because the subject, you can only see so much, and they put like a full-blown sentence in the subject line. "Thanks for buying your ticket to see Prince and Third Eye Girl. Here's some new music for you." And then in the body of the email was actually almost shorter than the subject. It said, "Thanks for buying your ticket. As a special gift from Prince and Third Eye Girl, here are 2 brand new tracks for your listening pleasure. Click the links to download. Questions? Just hit reply and ask us, or visit Ticketmaster.com. Thanks for being a fan." And along with the downloadable for X's Face, there was also that track called What If, which was from the Christian singer-songwriter Nicole Nordeman. So you got What If, and you also got X's Face. And as mentioned before, this song was also played during the pre-show or was it pre-show or post-show? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. For Yahoo Live, when Joshua Welton was DJing. And that places the recording probably somewhere around summer of 2014. And the X's Face is a story about Prince coming out of a show, and he comes out backstage, and maybe you can imagine the back alley from the Purple Rain movie. Remember when he comes out and it's got the fire escape? Maybe that's what So he comes out, and there in the alley is one of his ex-girlfriends making out with another man with her face buried in his neck. And we don't know who this person is, but maybe we'll see a book come out in the near future that shares this story. And maybe it ain't Apollonia, that's for sure. We know that. One of Prince's coolest tracks in a long while, in my opinion. I love when he does these weird sound effects that you don't normally hear in songs. These sounds that you just can't get anywhere. It's just the sounds that only he can create. Anyways, Prince on all vocals, bass and guitar, Joshua Welton assumed on keyboards and drum programming. Both times it was played, the first and last time, it was just during a sampler set, March 14th, 2015 at the Louisville Palace in Louisville, Kentucky. So it played right before the show during a sampler set. And then March 22nd, 2016, it was played during a sampler set at Musique in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So here it is, X's Face right here on the Funkatopia radio show. Really? You and your pretzels. This is the problem. You're going to need to like dump those pretzels out on the desk and then eat them from there.
Oh, there's salt in there. It's kind of cold.
Just make the noise now.
Ow. I think Cammy's in trouble.
Yep. Anyways.
No, I'm getting slow, though.
Cammy says heading out to get a FedEx delivery of food, I think, or someone just came to my breezeway. Okay, where everybody's going to keep an eye out for Cammy. If she doesn't come back, we'll just sing. Angela, thank you so much. The Facebook Live is the best. I need to sleep and haven't logged off yet. Me neither. You guys are definitely stalwarts for sure, or stalwarts, or however you pronounce that. You guys are gung-ho. I appreciate that. We only got a few more songs to go anyway, so we're good. We got 4 more songs to go. We're going to be quick. We're going to barrel through them, and then we'll close this up. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's just been great. Man, I had a really great time. It was so cool that Peppermint Patty showed up. Man, that was awesome. That was so cool. That was just amazing. That was really cool. Mei-Ling got a bunch of smiles going. I don't know why. Mei-Ling, Little Red Corvette, she's celebrating her 60th birthday today. Her 60th birthday today. The woman who inspired Little Red Corvette is right here, hanging out with you guys right there. Mei-Ling Stonepool. She's right there. And matter of fact, she's got a book that's going to be coming out eventually at some point. She's got a lot of writing and a lot of editing, so I know how it is. I got all these people that I know that are writing books, and they're really long. God bless Dwayne Tudor and his next book. You know, this was the first one that he wrote, this Prince of the Purple Rain era studio sessions, but there is so much more that he is doing for this next one. It's like literally a huge, I mean, it covers like a bunch of albums. It's still another 2-year period of time, but he does like 5-6 albums in that 2-year period. Crystal Ball, Sign of the Times, Parade. It's just nuts. So I can't even imagine what that book's going to look like. So God bless him. All right, 10 seconds. Here we go.
Drink your water.
No, I got 6 seconds. I don't have time. Shh, with the pretzels. And that was the X's Face, which I just kind of abruptly cut off because it goes right into the next song, which is a Hard Rock Lover. And Hard Rock Lover is, you know, again, another great track number 8 on the album. First premiered on Third Eye Girl's SoundCloud stream on July 1st, 2015. And I loved it when Third Eye Girl, you know, had the YouTube channel and they had the SoundCloud stream. And it was just these random things that would just kind of pop up. And, you know, just in the middle of the night, just it happened to be at 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden they would start broadcasting over YouTube some random, luckily there was people who were up at all hours of the night capturing some of this stuff. Because if there wasn't people up that were able to capture stuff like Octopus Heart and Menstrual Cycle and all those different songs that were out there, chapter and verse and all that cool stuff, we would have missed a bunch of music. Because I don't think I caught any of that stuff live. It was always after the fact. But man, I'm so glad that they actually did that kind of stuff because there was so much good music that would have been lost forever. Anyways, this was one of those songs that kind of appeared on the SoundCloud stream. It's never believed to have been performed live. It was the second single to be released off of this album, even though it wasn't attached to an album at the time. The first, obviously, was the single Fall in Love Tonight from New Girl with Zooey Deschanel. So that technically was released, but it wasn't attached to an album. It had Zoe on it. Now it doesn't have Zoe on it. And then Hard Rock Lover being the second. Joshua Welton, who was the co-producer on this album, he did an interview with the BBC and he spoke about this song. He said, Prince said to me, I need something that starts off quiet and then I just want it to erupt. And then I want you to go back like this roller coaster. And so I said, okay, cool. So Hard Rock Lover was done literally almost as soon as it came out. Actually, that and the last song on the album, which is June, were made literally in the same hour. So this song and the song June were made in just like this 1 hour period of time. It's just, it's incredible. The track was inspired by the Mother's Finest song, Hard Rock Lover, from the album called Another Mother Further album. I actually have it over there. I should showcase it, but I didn't think to grab it, but if you guys have never heard that album, they are from Atlanta. And Mother's Finest is amazing. I have seen Mother's Finest so many times. Matter of fact, it was one of the early interviews that I did. I got an opportunity to interview Mother's Finest, and it was unexpected because I asked to interview them, and they were like, "Sure, come to the show. You know, we'll figure something out." And then after the show, their management brought me back to their dressing room, and it was just the two of them sitting there. And I got to interview them, just me and a friend of mine that happened to be with me, Quentin. He was with me, and he held the camera, and we just it was like, all right, I'm sitting here for an hour interviewing Mother's Finest all by myself. It was like really exclusive. It was really cool. Anyways, they have an album called Another Mother Further, which is their biggest album by far. And matter of fact, he performs a song off of that album called Baby Love that's on that Indigo Nights CD that comes in that book, that 21 Nights book. It's on there, Baby Love. And also, since we're mentioning it, the song Funk and Roll mentions Another Mother Further. Another Mother Further, you created no crown. So he actually does like quite a few shout outs to Mother's Finest, you know, by performing Baby Love, doing a shout out to Another Mother Further, and also doing the song here, Hard Rock Lover, which is a kind of an homage to Mother's Finest song, Hard Rock Lover. Even though it's about hard rock and how this woman loves it, the song is very laid back, and it just kind of, it's just layered and kind of sifted down vibe. It's kind of this really weird vibe to it. Sade and Babyface actually get a shout out here, but only to communicate that their music is not what the night needs. R&B ain't got no place. No rappers trying to be a singer. Just put some hard rock on and cover your ears, because this woman is just going to scream with excitement when she hears it. And if you are that girl, no offense, but we know these girls. And unfortunately, I've stood next to them at some concerts, and it's not fun to be next to these screamer girls at these concerts. It is the worst thing you could possibly. Matter of fact, when I was at the Prince Piano and a Microphone tour, I had 5th row seats to his second to his last final concert. 5th row seats. I paid $350 to sit in that fifth row seat. $350. And there was this girl sitting next to me who screamed and hollered every single silent moment that she had. Then 3 aisles behind me was some other girl that just would not stop screaming. And it made me nuts. You couldn't enjoy the show because it was just, you were trying to pick up some of the nuances and kind of hear some of the things he was saying, and they were just losing their mind. And it's fine. I get it. I get why people are excited and stuff, but anyways, Prince on all vocals and bass guitar, Joshua Welton on keyboards and drum programming, assumed. And here it is. Again, never believed to have been performed live. Hard Rock Lover, the next track on this album chat for Hit and Run Phase One. Here it is. Hard Rock Lover. How many times did I say that? 3 times? All right, here we go. All right.
I shouldn't have had those pretzels.
You shouldn't have had those pretzels? Why is that? Is it making your throat dry?
Oh, acid reflux.
Oh, acid reflux? Yeah, salt. Salt will do that every single time. All right, so we just got a few more songs. We got Mr. Nelson, 1,000 Hugs and Kisses, and June. That's it. Then we're done with this. So we're gonna, and with Mr. Nelson, I've only got like that much information on it, so that will go quick. And then June will go relatively quick. So 2 of the 3 songs, I have relatively short information, so this will go by quick. So if you're like debating, do I hang out? Do I listen to some more of these antics? Or do I just go to bed? Just hang tight, because it's not going to be that much longer. We've got 2 songs that have that much information, and then 1 song that's got a little bit of information. Anyways, there's that. Mr. Nelson's next, which is another song. Okay. Let's see if I've got anything else going on here. I do not. And Angela's still here. Angela's still hanging.
Oh, Pammy said it was just a storm. It's not just a storm.
Oh, okay. April says, Mei Ling, you need to watch out. Apollonia will be after you next. Yeah, we know. You know that there is a Lenny says that there has to be a longer version. There is a long version of Hard Rock Lover, actually. There was a version that was like 5 or 6 minutes long. Not like too much longer, but it's like 2 or 3 minutes longer. I can't remember where I saw it. I'll see if I can find it for you, Lenny, but it's out there. It does exist. It does exist. Huh? How's we got to tune into our lava lamp. Still doing pretty good. Still doing pretty good back there. It's past your bedtime. Yeah, I don't know what you guys schools have decided to do, but our schools here in Georgia, they were going to be doing the in-person stuff. She's really happy about this. They were going to be doing the in-person stuff, and she was excited about that, even though she had to wear a mask. She still wanted to actually go to school, and she wanted to see her friends and her teachers, and they decided that they're not going to do that. They decided that they're going to start with they decided they're going to start doing digital learning like they finished off last year, which sucks. But it's going to be totally different too. Supposedly they're going to be doing, if you have a class at 8:30, you have to be sitting in front of the computer at 8:30. You got to check in just like you were actually there. So it's going to be a little bit different. You know, that's what it is. So, all right. So I don't know what are you guys doing for school? For those of you who have kids, if you know, hold on a second. Oh, thanks. And that's Hard Rock Lover. Did I mess up or something? Did I play like an alternate mix of Hard Rock Lover? Nick Garcia just sent me a text. He said, say man, not fair unless I missed this, but that's a different mix of Hard Rock Lover. Did I screw up and play like a different? Well, if I did, it's a different mix. So there you have it. I don't know if I messed up or not. Let's go on Amazon and look up Hit and Run Phase One for Prince and see what the time is for Hard Rock Lover. We're gonna get to the bottom of this and see, because Nick thinks I messed up and that I've put in a version of Hard Rock Lover that I shouldn't have. Phase One. It's not phase. It's not F-A-Z-E. What? See, this is why kids need to go back to school. It's P-H-A-S-E. Oh my God! Never mind. We'll get to the bottom of this, Nick, and I'm sure that people are going to let me know whether or not I phase F-A-Z-E. See, this is why this generation's in trouble. If you're just tuning in, it's Prince, and we're doing the album chat for Hit and Run Phase One, and it's a lot of fun. We are going through all these tracks. We only got 3 more to go. Thank you guys for hanging out. The next track on this album is, while we look up to see whether or not I played the incorrect version of Hard Rock Lover or not. Oh, it's the same and not fair unless I missed it. It's not on the original CD. Okay, that may be. Who knows? Mr. Nelson featuring Leanne LaHavis. Yet another track that was produced by Joshua Welton, but it was a remix of sorts of the song Clouds from Artificial Age. And while Prince liked it, the way that Joshua had mixed it, he kind of mixed it, gave it a very, very techno feel. And he liked it, but it just didn't fit well on Artificial Age. And it actually fit better there thematically. But the way that it was done was just too different from what the rest of the music that he was doing at Artificial Age. So he just picked it up and put it onto this Hit and Run Phase One. But that's one of the reasons why you're still going to hear Leanne LaHavis that's kind of talking and doing this, Mr. Nelson. So you're still going to hear all of that kind of dialogue that you heard on Artificial Age, but it's this random track that's here on Hit and Run Phase One. And it just kind of, it seems out of place, but it just serves as a reminder of that vibe. It's kind of continuation of that. The song is never believed to have been performed live, however, but it was debuted during a DJ set at Paisley Park on April 19th, 2015, just a few days shy of exactly 1 year away from when he passed. Leanne LaHavis on lead vocals. It's sampled from the song Clouds. It's Prince on vocals too, sampled from the Clouds and all instruments. And of course, Joshua Welton on keyboards and drum programming. So essentially everything that happened on the original song Clouds is just kind of taken and pieced together in this neat little who-to-do called Mr. Nelson, featuring Leanne LaHavis. Here it is, the next track on Artificial Age, not Artificial Age. Hit and Run Phase One, track number 9. There's only 11 tracks. We only got 2 more tracks to go. Hang in there. Hang in there. I promise it's going to be worth it. I can't promise that. I really can't promise that. Mr. Nelson, here you go.
Again, no, I'm not really good at spelling.
Okay, now put Prince after that. And then hit enter. All right, now click on that. And scroll down to Hard Rock Lovers. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, so Nick, if you're listening, that's the right version. It's 3 minutes and 42 seconds long, which is the exact length of the one I just played. So it is the right version. So I don't know what you're listening to, fella. You got to stop bootlegging that stuff. It's like a box. The bootleggers, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it's gross, and you bite into it, and it's a cherry with a bunch of really sweet white goo that you have no idea what it is. It tastes like liquid sugar shit, and then there's other stuff that's just horrible. It's chewy, ooey gooey stuff that should not be. It's horrible. I don't know where I was going with that. Yes, I have issues tonight. I have issues tonight.
We have issues every night.
I have issues every night. She'll tell you.
What do you think?
And my blood runs through her veins. So y'all pray for her, okay? Y'all pray. She needs it. What? That's good. So we worked on a logo for her. We worked on a logo for her website. For those of you who missed it the first 2 times I said it, 3 times I said it. She's putting together a website where she wants to have like a candy site or whatever that is like a subscription thing where you can get. I only got 15 seconds to say this. Like chocolates from Russia, Korea. I don't know why I keep bringing up Korea, China, all these places, and you can get candy from all different types of countries in a subscription thing. It's pretty cool. So, anyways, here we go. And that was Mr. Nelson. And we only got a couple more songs to go on this album chat for Prince's Hit and Run Phase One, which brings us to a song that many of you might not know. Many of you might not know this. It is one of the oldest songs on the album for sure. Like 28, well, it's actually 28 years old now. It's the oldest song on the album and is quite a history. Originally, this song, 1,000 Hugs and Kisses, was recorded in May, you ready for this, of 1992. That's right. At the time, let's see, this album was released in 2015. So it would have been 15, almost, it was 23 years old. 23 years old, right? 15 plus 8 is, right, 23 years old. 23 years old this song would have been at the time. And he recorded it in Sydney, Australia, while he was touring with Diamonds and Pearls. So if you can kind of go back in time and remember where you were when Diamonds and Pearls came out, and then imagine that when Diamonds and Pearls came out, he was recording this song, 1,000 Hugs and Kisses, in a studio somewhere in Sydney, Australia. And obviously it was very, very different from the other songs that he was recording around the same time, like Gold Nigga and Deuce and a Quarter and Goldie's Parade and Get On Up, and all that stuff. So it was totally different from anything that he had recorded. And it was originally created to be used by Rosie Gaines on her album. And so she did a bunch of lead vocals for it. And then, of course, when she did that, Prince also wanted Carmen Electra to do a rap on it. And then everybody was in MPG was like, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's a bad idea. No Carmen Electra rapping on this song. So he said, okay, all right. He gave in and he took their advice. And then after Rosie Gaines, the Rosie Gaines project seemed to kind of be spinning its wheels for a variety of reasons that we will not get into at this time. Rosie's vocals were pulled, and then they were replaced by vocals from Nona Gay, the daughter of Marvin Gaye, to be used for a project called MPLS. And then that project got scrapped, and Nona was going to just put the song on her album, and then that got scrapped. And while most artists would have taken that at this point to be a bad juju sign for this particular song and just say, obviously this song was not meant to be, Prince decided out of the blue, unexpectedly, unannounced, not written down on a set list at all or anything, that he just decided that he was just going to play it during a solo piano segment during the 21 Nights in London that he did. It was the 21 Nights in London, the Earth Tour, on August 31st, 2007. That's 15 years later after it was recorded. He just decided he was kind of in a little bit of a run on the piano, and he just went into the song. So he decided maybe this song still has a little bit of life. He still had a little bit of an attachment to it. So then in 2014, Prince got inspired by a track from Aaliyah called Rock the Boat. And he asked Joshua Welton to kind of tinker around with the track in the spirit of that Aaliyah song. And he said, you know, this song, Rock the Boat, it has a really, really good vibe. Matter of fact, I have Aaliyah's song right here. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear it on Facebook Live. I'm going to play it, a little track of it right here. So take a listen to this. And let's take a listen to this. So anyways, that is Aaliyah's song, Rock the Boat. I just cut it off because I don't know how many people can hear it or not. I know the people on the Funked Up app can hear it perfectly fine, but Facebook Live, I don't want you guys to have to sit in silence if you can't hear everything that you need to be hearing. Anyways, so Prince came and said, I really like this song. I like the vibe of this song. Can you actually take this song, 1,000 Hugs and Kisses, and kind of remix it in the spirit of Rock the Boat? And so Joshua's work resulted in this remix of the song, and they premiered this new version on November 16th. Hey, it's just 2 days shy of my birthday, on November 18th. November 16th, 2014 at Paisley Park during a DJ set that followed a concert by FKA Twigs, who happened to be playing in another room of Paisley Park. And they changed the title to 1,000 X's and O's, which is still 1,000 Hugs and Kisses, but it's X is shorthand for kisses and O's is shorthand for hugs. So technically, this reads 1,000. It reads 1,000 kisses and hugs. If you look at the title on the album, it's 1,000 X's and O's, which would translate into 1,000 kisses and hugs. But the song is 1,000 Hugs and Kisses. And so that kind of makes it a little bit confusing. But anyways, this is Prince at his best lyrically, once again, saying all the right things that women want to hear. He talks about how hard she's working. No one works as hard as she does. But then when she comes home, he'll have 1,000 hugs and kisses waiting for her when she walks in the door. And even if she tries her best to be the best and she ends up in second place, he'll still be there. Then, of course, he winds up saying things like Prince says, I want to hold you, tie you up in lace. I want to kiss you all over your face. I want to love you all up and down, give you love like you never had, all blindfold, gagged, and bound. I don't know why my daughter's here for this. Anyways, on this version of the song, it's Prince on all vocals, bass, and guitar. Joshua Welton did all the remixing of this stuff. So this version of the song is quite different from the original one that he had recorded back in 1992, but it's got that same kind of little bit of a vibe. The first time this song was played, just kind of teased out a little bit, was August 28th, 2007 at the O2 Arena in London. But the first time it was played in full was August 31st, just a few days later in 2007 at the O2 Arena in London. And the last time this song would ever be played was at the Prince Piano and Microphone Tour, February 20th, 2016, the second show at the Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia. Here it is, 1,000 X's and O's. And then after this, the final song on the album. So hang tight. Here it is, the next to last song on Hit and Run Phase One. It's 1,000 Kisses and Hugs, technically, is how it's written. But it's 1,000 Hugs and Kisses. Here you go. You just stop talking. All right.
I found one.
Huh?
I found one for $10.
Where did you find that? Yeah, but there's only 6 of them. But look at all those you can get for $30.
I don't want that, but I will buy it. Add the card.
Or you can add the other one too. We got to look to see all the different. Anyways, we're talking about. She's putting together a website. We're still building it. We're still building the products. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's something that she's really passionate about right now. Making therapeutic slime that you can actually play with, and it just has a lot of therapy products to it. It's actually got scents, like just to kind of, different things to calm you down if you're stressed out, energize you if you're feeling kind of, it's going to be cool. And of course, on top of that, it's also going to have candy from around the world. So a little bit two very disparate things, but it's still going to be cool. It's going to be 2georgiagirls.com, all spelled out, 2georgiagirls.com. And we've already created a logo for it, and we're getting all the stuff together, and it's going to be awesome. So I will let you know when that is posted. I will let you know when the website is live, so you guys can come and help her out and for it. Yes, it's going to be fun. Hold on a second. What? Yeah. According to Cami, it's $181.57 away from $1,500. So we are very, very close to the $1,500 mark in the donations for Bootsy Collins' Musicares Challenge, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, that's a good point, April. April said she had just finished the video for that song Rock the Boat when her plane crashed, and she passed away. So that's a very, very interesting note. And that may have been part of the inspiration that Prince had, was that he kind of wanted to pay a little bit of homage to her because she was an amazing vocalist. I think that she probably easily could have been the next Beyonce for sure, as far as like the level of success, because she was just amazing. She definitely had way more talent, I think, than somebody like Rihanna or anybody like that. Not that Rihanna is not amazing. I'm just saying that, I think that she had at least that much talent and more, and she would have been amazing. Patricia says she will definitely buy stuff from your website. Patricia said she will definitely buy stuff from your site. So, yeah, Adriana, it really does have that rock the boat groove. And I think that probably, knowing Joshua, he probably sat down and probably listened to Rock the Boat like 1,000 times and then said, okay, I'm going to recreate this whole entire feel. But it's got a very, very, very cool muted feel. So if you kind of listen to the music, even the bass tones are very, very muted. It's boom, 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 boom. It's very, very different for sure. But we got 1 minute till this song's over, and then the last song last song on the album. So you got a bunch of buyers that are ready to purchase your product as soon as you're ready. So we got some stops to make because we're getting product from all over the world. Obviously, for some of the things we're having to do is we're going to be distributing candy from all over the world. Like, to get a box of candy from China, it's just some weird stuff, just unusual things. Candy from Mexico, candy from so there's going to be all kinds of really cool sampler things, and it's going to be a really cool project. So looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be something fun for her to do, and so she can kind of feel of what it's like. So 15 seconds, last song on this album, chat. Can't believe we're here already.
Well, that was fun.
I know. Well, it's a lot of talking. Here we go. 4 seconds. And that was 1,000 Hugs and Kisses, technically, but the title is 1,000 Kisses and Hugs, technically. And which brings us to the final song on the album, Hit and Run Phase One. And thank you for everybody that's been kind of like patiently dealing with my insanity on Facebook Live, facebook.com/Funkatopia. We were doing the video. My daughter's been sitting behind me kind of working on her project that she's working on for a brand new website that's going to be coming online. We don't know when. We're obviously shooting. It's probably going to be a month or two before we get everything situated. She's kind of like, a month or two. Yeah, things take time to put all this stuff up. But anyways, we are here. It's the last song on this album. You made it to the end of the album, chat, and it's one of my all-time favorite songs by Prince, literally hands down. I love this song. I think it's a fantastic song. I love the mood of it. It's just one of those songs that's the ambiance to the song is just perfect. It's the last track on the album, and it's never been performed live. It's Prince on all vocals and bass guitar, and it's assumed that Joshua did some of the keyboards and drum programming. It finds Prince and I did that because I went ahead and did the people that performed on the song and whether or not it's been performed live first, because I wanted to kind of flow into the song, and that kind of breaks it up a little bit. Anyways, this song is called June. And it finds Prince reflecting on his birthday month, but since he doesn't celebrate birthdays anymore, he simply thinks about the fact that somebody famous had a birthday today. And of course, he's talking about himself. And he also talks about being born too late and that he should have been born on the Woodstock stage. And he sings about the greats that have performed on the Woodstock stage, like Richie Havens and his iconic singing. And I've spoken about this before, where, he talks about how he was born too late and that he should have been born on the Woodstock stage. But I just think that he was born at the perfect right time. I think that if he was a product of that era, that he would have probably been in the same, I think he would have been like a Carlos Santana or somebody like that. Obviously somebody a little bit more groundbreaking, because nobody was doing the things that he was doing. Like, nobody in the 70s would have come out in the early 70s or late 60s would have come out on stage in bikini briefs. Nobody would have done that. I'm sure that if there were somebody that had done that, it was just too much too soon. So I think in the scheme of things, he was born at just the right time. And while he felt like he could have been among some of those musical greats like Sly Stone and Jimi Hendrix and Carlos Santana, I think that if he had been wrapped up in that, it just would have been way too early. I literally just feel like it just would have been way too early. I mean, he was already so ahead of his time that we were barely ready for him as it was. We are still catching up. He passed away 4 years ago. Over 4 years ago, and we are still processing his genius in his music. We're still hearing things we never heard before. We are still dissecting his music like we are right now, and finding new things and discovering new things. And he was just so prolific. So he's been gone over 4 years now, and we're still uncovering insane moments of his artistry. We can't help but ask, now that he's gone, Why did you come to this planet? Why did you come to this life?
That's kind of harsh.
Why did he come to this planet? He was an alien for sure. It's about the pasta.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, wow.
What?
We made it to the end. I know. We only got one more. What?
What do I do for the back?
Don't necessarily have to have it back.
Okay. Now what?
I'll look at it later.
Why did you come to this planet? Why did you come to this life?
Oh,
How can you be everybody's dream and still be somebody's wife? Tell me,
I think you should check your email.
what did you have for lunch today?
I did.
Reload it.
That's right, how would I know? How would I know? You're off somewhere, being free. While I start.
Sometimes the shout stuff takes a long time to come home. Why?
Our bodies got used to each other.
What are you talking
Now they're used to the sound.
about? All right.
Richie Havens' voice on the vinyl, spinning round and round, round and round. Sometimes I feel like I was born way too late. Should have been born.
Susie says, you're lucky to have a dad who loves Prince. I'm lucky to have a daughter who loves Prince. So I feel like I'm the one who's lucky. Whoop, whoop. We got lava lamp check. Yep.
Did you guys stop it?
Huh?
Did you guys stop it?
I can probably.
Something's burning on the stove. Must be the pasta. Must be the pasta.
All right. 24 seconds.
Yeah. It's June.
All right. We're going to close this out. I did not see Ava's birthday this weekend. All right. Hold on. I got 9 seconds. And that was June, the final song on this album, Prince's album Hit and Run Phase One. As I mentioned, we have done his entire discography from the very, very beginning, starting with For You, obviously. We only skipped over a couple albums, which was Bria Valente's album and also Third Eye Girl's album, Plectrum Electrum. We will go back and do those just for the sake of completeness. Is that a word? I don't know. And we are actually, I have actually set up, I've had some issues going on recently with SoundCloud. SoundCloud has actually been hitting me with some copyright strikes, but they're on stuff that's not Prince. So I think, there's that. But every single time I get hit with a copyright strike, I have to send them all my ASCAP licensing documents and say, we're legal, we're fine, everything's good. Here's the licensing documents. That all being said, I'm going to have to start moving some of my SoundCloud stuff because I can't keep going through this rigmarole. I'm going to start moving some of the SoundCloud stuff over to a private setting. So you will not be able to hear these album chats freely on SoundCloud unless I push them through Funkatopia. And what's going to be happening is that we have 2 domain names that I've purchased. So not only am I building a website here for my daughter, that we're going to be working on, but also I have another domain that I'm going to be moving all of these album chats to. We've got albumchats.com, which is going to not only house all of the Prince album chats that we've done since the very beginning, but we've also got Prince, was it Prince Albums? I think it was princealbums.com, I think is what it was. Album chats and princealbums.com. So if you go to princealbums.com, it will forward you over to a page that's going to have all of the albums. None of them are set up yet. The websites don't even exist. The domain names have been purchased, but that's the extent of it. So all of the album chats are going to be moved over there, but it will be in place once we finish the final album chat of Prince's, which is going to be Hit and Run Phase 2. And would you stop? Daughter's behind me copying my hand motions. Anyways, Hit and Run Phase 2 is Prince's final released album. And we are going to be, once we do that, we'll have done every single album in the discography, minus the 2 that I had mentioned. And then we're going to go back and we're going to cover some other albums too. We'll cover Jesse Johnson's albums. We'll cover some of the Time albums. We'll cover Apollonia 6 and Vanity 6 and all the Family and all that stuff. We're going to cover all those things. But for the Prince album chats, all of those things are going to be moved over to these new domain names. They're still going to be housed on Funkatopia.com for sure. But I just can't continue battling SoundCloud with some of these issues. There's some things that are not problematic, but the album chats are not problematic, but I want to make sure that there's things that we can do to kind of make sure that all the album chats are in one spot. So we got one album to go, folks, one album to go. And that is Hit and Run Phase 2. And then we'll be done with this discography. We'll have done all of it, which is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense at all. That all being said, next week we are going to be discussing Prince and his passing, which upsets a lot of people. Man, I tell you what, I did an interview with Abigail Noel, who was I guess the psychic of sorts. She doesn't like to be called psychic. I can't remember what she called herself. Who talks about the fact that she believed that Prince was murdered by his chef and that he was poisoned or whatever. And there's all types of conspiracy theories that are out there. You've got Chaz Smith that's been talking a lot about some of the conspiracy theories that he has regarding, wanting, I guess he's got his own website or whatever. There's all types of stuff that's going on out there. We are going to be talking about some of that stuff, some of those conspiracy theories, some of those. We're going to be talking about all that stuff. It's actually Justice for Cuz, I think is what it is. Anyways, we are going to be talking about all those things, and that should be next week. So it should be pretty interesting. A lot of people are not going to be able to handle it. I get it. I understand that completely. If you can't process it, I don't know what to tell you, but we're going to be talking about that next week. And then the following week, we will do that final album, which is kind of a little bit upsetting. It's very, very upsetting, actually, be totally honest. But again, we want to finish off by definitely doing some shout outs for all those people that have donated for Bootsy's challenge, for the Musicares challenge. For those of you who have no idea what this is about, I'm going to post it. You can find it on facebook.com/Funkatopia. I'm going to post the URL one more time on the facebook.com/Funkatopia live feed that's going on right now. You can donate to help musicians and artists who are starving during this COVID-19 pandemic. This is how they make their money. They tour. They make money from touring. They make money from performing and making music, and it's tough. It's killing them. They can't pay their bills. They can't pay rent. They can't do, it is what it is. And music has saved everyone's life. If you're listening to this, it's definitely saved your life and has definitely helped you pull through and get you through to the next better day. So we need to do our part and come into the process and help to save some of these musicians' lives and help them be able to pay some of their medical bills and some of their expenses that they're incurring until they're allowed to actually get back on the road and start touring again. So It's just a nightmare. Right now, currently, we're sitting a little over $1,300. 1,318 is the last number that I've seen here. So we are under the $200 mark for getting to the $1,500 mark. And what we're doing is this is going to be going all the way to October 15th. But what we're doing is we've actually set up a prize package that is packed full of stuff right now. There is a prize package right now that for every $5 that you donate, it will count towards an entry towards these 3 prize packages that we currently have going. And so if you donate $20, you get 4 entries to possibly win this prize package. So the grand prize is a pair of Bootsy Collins star glasses, custom made from Shine. I wore a pair during the interview for Bootsy Collins. And also for those that missed the interview is also up on Facebook as well. You can see that facebook.com/Funkatopia. Also see it on our YouTube page. And then on top of that, we also got a brand new book, The Life and Times hardcover book. We've got a brand new Prince book for Prince Inside the Music and Mass book. We've got a collector's magazine from Music Spotlight Collector's Edition. That's a Prince Collector's Edition magazine. An original Morris Day tour program from Morris Day's tour that he did after he kind of left the time and went on his own thing. We got a tour program, original one. We got a Let's Go Crazy 12-inch vinyl. It's very, very used and is not worth anything. It came out of my collection. It's all ragged up on the cover and everything, but it's from my collection, so it has a little bit of sentimental value to me because it's, you know, I played the crap out of it, and it's not like it's brand new. It's one of the original ones from back in the day. I'm going to send that out as well. Plus, you also get a bracelet from Club Funketeers from Bootsy's club. He's also including a pack of playing cards from Bootsy as well. Bootsy Collins has got his own playing cards, a deck of playing cards. We're also including that. You get 3 art prints from Mary A. Johnson, a Funkatopia sticker. What else? Oh yeah, also the expanded edition of Dwayne Tudall's book, Prince and the Purple Rain Era Studio Sessions. We're also going to be including that as well. So that is the grand prize. And when we get to the 1,500, and we keep on adding to that prize pack, that grand prize, we keep on adding to it. And when we get to the $1,500 mark, I'm going to add in the Earth, Wind, and Fire box set. That is for their box set, the box set for Earth, Wind, and Fire. And we're going to be the everlasting, I can't remember what it's called. The Eternal Fire. That's what it's called. But it's going to be the CD box set that we're including with that as well. So that is included in this grand prize package. So once we get to the $1,500 mark, that's going to get added. Then every time we get to the next $500 mark, another thing gets added to that grand prize package. And we're also taking some things and we're adding stuff to the second place and third place package. Right now, the second place package is 3 art prints from Mary Johnson, plus a Funkatopia hat and a Funkatopia sticker. Third place is a Funkatopia hat and a Funkatopia sticker. And but we're going to be adding to those things too. Since we've already crossed over, I'm going to be adding some collector's magazines to those second and third place things as well, some collector stuff. So those packages are going to be getting bigger too, but the grand prize one is going to be the big one. But it's going to be ridiculous. The more that you donate, the more entries that you get. I'm going to be keeping track of those donations. If you do not know what that URL is, I'm going to give it to you right now. Go ahead and get ready. You can actually go to facebook.com/Funkatopia. I am going to go and I am actually going to pin this particular post to the very, very top of our Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/Funkatopia. And then I am going to scroll down to this eventually, if I can get down to it. I'm going to scroll down to that post and I'm going to pin it to the very, very top. So there's no way that you can miss it. You'll see it. But the URL is givelynow.com/o/stars/Funkatopia. There's a reason why it's so long. It's kind of it's kind of a little bit ridiculous. But basically, Bootsy Collins and a bunch of other artists got together and they created a song called Stars, and all proceeds from that also go to this Musicares project as well. But we decided we were going to sweeten the pot, and for everybody that donates, every $5 that you get counts as an entry. So if you donate $100, you get 20 entries into this thing, which is the biggest bulk of entries right now as it is. But I want to go ahead and ramble off all the people that have donated so far. Henrietta Littleton, thank you so much for your donations. She's got 4 entries. Donna Brown has got a total of 10 entries. Elisa Joseph has got 4 entries. Terry Dominic has got 4 entries. Claire Roundtree, thank you so much. You've got 10 entries. Rita Taylor has got 4 entries. Cammie Mattingly has got 4 entries. Then we've got Marcia Dickinson, who topped off. She wanted to top everybody. She's got 20 entries because she donated $100. So she's got 20 entries into this package deal. Mary Jane, she has got 8 entries in here as well. Lotus Steel Blossom she's got 10 entries as well. And let's see, Angela Reardon, I'm pulling this up as I go. Angela Reardon has got 4 entries in it. Let's see who else. Beth Sagvold, Savold has got 10 entries as well. Thank you so much. Who else we got here? Arlene Oak has got 5 entries into it. And Rita is in here as well. I think Rita already said, I think I've already mentioned Rita, but if she is, I'm going to read it again. She's got 4 entries as well. Who else do we have? And I think that's it for right now. I think I've read everybody else's name that has already donated. Yes, I have. So that is all the people that has donated. Thank you so much. As I said, once we get to the $1,500 mark, we're going to add another gift to each one of the packages, the first, second, and third. And then when we get to the 2,000 mark, we're going to add another gift to all 3 of those package levels. So each one of these package levels these prizes is going to get the first, second, and third prizes is going to get ridiculous. The grand prize one is already ridiculous as it is. It's already got too much. It's going to take me it's going to cost me $50 to send. That it's insane. It's already stupid. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, and if I keep adding to it, it's just going to get heavier. I'm going to have to add like light things. And Bootsy has said that he is going to be sending me some things that are going to be autographed that he's sending to me that are going to be included. So once I'm going to hold those. Those are not going to happen until we get to the $2,000 mark. Then I'll add one of those to those are like really special. This is autographed by Bootsy for real right now. Anyways, it's going to be fun. Thank you so much for everybody that donated. Keep the donations coming. For as far as I know, this is supposed to be going until October 15th, but I don't know that we're going to run this drive until October 15th. I may cut it. I don't know when I'm going to cut it. It just seems like we're not even in August right yet. So August, September, it's 2.5 months. That's we can continue going and make these prize packages as big as possible, but I don't know. We're just going to take it as it comes. Let's just keep on moving. Meanwhile, thank you guys so much for checking out the Hit and Run Phase 1 album chat for Prince. We got the Phase 2 coming up, and then that will finish off the album chats, and then we'll move them over to its own place. And of course, I will let you know when my daughter gets her website done and gets all these products done, and make sure that you guys know about it so you can come and become a member of her website, which is very, very cool. So lots of great things coming up. Matter of fact, we're going to play one of her all-time favorite songs, which is Starfish and Coffee. And then we're going to finish up the night with a bunch of more music all night. So everything that you just lost as far as the Prince block is concerned is going to be extended beyond midnight. So for the 3 hours that we just sat and rambled, we're going to add those to the 12, 1, and 2 o'clock hours of tonight. So there's that. Thanks you. Thank you. See, it's too late. I can't even talk normal English. Good night, everybody. Here's some Starfish and Coffee for all you Funkatopians. Keep donating and keep getting those entries. You want to win this. You definitely want to win this. We will see you guys next week. Get ready. It's going to be a pretty serious, weird, and insane talk. Enjoy.
Don't go off the live yet. Not till you've noticed.
Yeah, I know. I haven't gone off this live yet. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. Oh, well, we got to see... Mary Jane says she needs a Funkatopia sticker. Are they for sale somewhere? Oh, Cammy just donated more. Oh my gosh, Cammy, make sure you send me your receipt. Make sure you send me your receipt because I want to make sure that I keep all. I need to keep all the entries in there. I want to make sure that everybody's done for free. That everybody's there. Oh my gosh, Adriana, don't tell me that. Abigail was arrested yesterday for chaining herself naked to a tree in D.C., demanding Trump test Prince's remains for. Oh my God. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. What hasn't she noticed?
I've been wearing for the past 10 minutes now.
All right. Good night, everybody. Hopefully Abigail will be. I would love to have Abigail on the show again. She is just like so polarizing. It's amazing. Even though people gave me all kinds of hell about having her on the show, that broadcast is still one of the top listened to broadcasts I've ever done. It's insane. So anyways, good night, everybody. I hope you guys had a good time. We'll see you next week. It's going to be out of control. Please make sure that you send me your receipts. If you did donate, please make sure you send the receipts. That's the only way that I can properly document everything that's going on. So please make sure. Yes, let's make bumper stickers that say Unchained Abigail. Good night, everybody. I got to go. This is just too much. Good night. Thank you, guys.